Someone out there knows something about who took Nancy Guthrie 17 days ago.
That's the person we want to have call us.
Both sides report progress in U.S.-Iran nuclear talks, round 2 today in Switzerland.
Iran's foreign minister said his country reached an understanding on main principles with the U.S. as Iranian state media reports the talks entered the technical phase with conversations on uranium enrichment and stockpile levels. U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner participated in the indirect negotiations that were led by Omani officials, with Iran's foreign minister leading the opposing delegations.
Fox's Trey Yanks. Early voting starts today in a March 3rd Senate primary in Texas. Republican incumbent John Cornyn's facing a challenge from State Attorney General Ken Paxton and Congressman Wesley Hunt. President Trump says he likes all three, and Governor Greg Abbott says he won't be endorsing anyone either.
These elections are going to determine what the future of Texas is going to be. There are so many people in this state who want to see maybe one thing more than anything else, and that is to keep Texas, Texas.
The top polling Democrats in the race are Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett and State Senator James Tallarico. He was supposed to be on the CBS Late Show last night.
During his monologue, Stephen Colbert said CBS lawyers prevented him from airing an interview with James Tallarico, and he claims they did that because of pressure from the Trump administration.
Fox's Nate Foy. The FCC has an equal time rule for political candidates that has not in the past been applied to news interviews on talk shows. That interview is available online. U.S. Capitol Police says its officers this afternoon arrested a person with what appears to be a gun in front of the Capitol. Congress is not in session this week. America's listening to Fox News.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. After my husband died, the last thing I wanted to think about was money. Ethos made it affordable to get life insurance. Signing up was fast and 100% online. I knew that I could pay our mortgage and have food in the fridge. I could focus on my kids. No one ever tells you how much you're going to depend on that policy. I am so grateful we had coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation honors America's heroes and their families, heroes like Scott Abrams. Now, for more than 3 decades, Scott served his community and country while he was on his NYPD motorcycle escorting a funeral procession. Scott was hit by a bus, leaving him partially paralyzed. Tunnel to Towers was able to honor Scott with a mortgage-free smart home. Please join us supporting the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. If you can donate $11 a month, go to their website, the letter T, the number 2, the letter T.org.
Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis, sidekick, producer, sports raconteur extraordinaire, and the mechanical beggar at your controls. It's Flounder. And it's only it's Tuesday. And we got cookies. We've got cookies here at 106.3. It's a special deal here today because our former work wife, Miss Tiffany, and again, this is, modern day radio situation. We don't really have a work wife setup situation here. But before our former job, we were in a little cubbyhole office right next to Tiffany. And so she would hear us talking. Pete and I were together in the office, and she would hear us overlooking. Oh, you going to hit the button there?
I've got a new button for us.
She would overhear.
No, wait.
We've heard that story.
Well, now I'm not going to tell you.
So you have to come up with a different version.
There's only one version. But how many times are we going to talk about Girl Scout cookies that Tiffany got because her sweet little daughter, whom I, by the way, gave coloring pens to and was very grateful and actually drew me a picture, which I have in my refrigerator, thank you very much. And so when this comes up with Miss Tiffany, our former work wife, I like to talk about what a sweet lady she is and a little girl. And so I bought like 4 boxes of Girl Scout cookies, knowing I really don't eat them, but I'm happy to do it just to give to help her little girl. And so when Tiffany, and she used to be our work wife and was next to us, so and next door, and when we overlooked, we overlooked what?
Her husband was here.
I know.
I noticed you didn't call her the work wife.
Well, not in front of her husband. What, am I, an idiot? So anyway, I don't care.
404-74.
There we go. 741-1230. Pete in the so Pete Davis here in the actual area. What's new in the?
What's new is the new button here.
The new button here. We've heard that before. Well, now see, now I can't operate. No, you shut me down entirely. I don't want to hear the button.
That's what the button's for.
You're going to hit the button.
So maybe pull out the button.
I got stories. In fact, my God, one of my history things One of my history things, in fact, I'll do it the first one at 3:15, coming back out of the break. I'm going to do my history thing. And the first one I'm going to do will give you a hint of a story of the way I courted my wife when I was in college.
When I was 17.
Yeah, you could eat me too. Both you bastards. Now we got Flounder with the music and Pete Davis with a stupid button horn thing there. Anyway, and it's a love story, and it was the way I was courting her, and it worked, and it was sweet and cute. And then there was a follow-up many years later, and I'm going to do it on my history thing at 3:15. There. Anyway, anything else going on there besides a cookie? We're going to do cookies here in a minute.
It's Fat Tuesday.
Fat Tuesday, Mardi Gras.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
31 years ago today, was driving, left work, drove down like a bat out of you know what, and enjoyed a fine 24 hours straight of partying and drinking and carousing at Mardi Gras.
Well, I have Mardi Gras stories. As you know, my daughter Sarah was born there, and that's the
during Mardi Gras?
No, not during Mardi Gras, actually. She was born in July.
Well, my favorite stories, I went there with a friend, and it rained, so it was nasty.
Yeah,
I mean, there was stuff in the street.
Yeah.
And, of course, doing show us your blanks, and they throw down the
trinkets,
beads. They threw beads down, and it fell in the little, water.
Yeah, you know.
And he reached down to pick it up, and this lady came out of nowhere and slapped it out of his hand, and she goes, boy, don't you ever pick anything up off this street.
No, not this street, no. In fact, I'll tell you a quick New Orleans story. Flounder, first of all, 24 hours, you and Miss Veronica, Mrs. Flounder?
All as well.
There we go. Okay. And she was still thrilled with her Valentine's Day and birthday day after thing?
Yes.
Excellent. Outstanding. Well, I hope, one of the, she's going to bring her little doggy in her one day just for fun.
We'll bring Winston in one day.
Just for fun. Okay, now about the New Orleans thing. I went to spend. Okay, when I came here in 1972, I was here for several years, and then you remember a guy named Bob Neal was on TV in sports years and years ago. Remember Bob Neal? Bob Neal got a phone call from a guy named Al Smith in New Orleans, and Al Smith said, "I'm looking for a news director. Who's the guy you would recommend to be a news guy that I can hire away from Atlanta?" He said, "Well, the best guy I know about is this guy named Kim Peterson." And so Al Smith called me and said, "A guy named Bob Neal, your friend Bob Neal, my friend Bob Neal, called me. He flew me down to New Orleans and offered me a job." When I flew down on a Saturday, he said we negotiated, and then he said, "Well, go walk around, French Quarter and have a little fun, see what And I said, "Oh, this is great. I'm not making this up." So I start walking around the French Quarter. I turn around a corner, and there's two New Orleans policemen beating the crap out of a homeless guy. They got him up against the wall, and they're slamming him.
Why, Alda?
And they're just wailing on this poor bastard.
And you're thinking, this is the city for me.
I walked by and said, "Afternoon, officers." I'm not making that up. That was my introduction to New Orleans. And the best part of the story is when I came back, I went into WSB. I was working at WSB, and I was making, when I got hired out of graduate school, the starting salary at WSB in 1972 was $160 a week. They offered me $200 a week because I had a master's and I was in the Marines. And I said, "Oh, I'll take it." So for $200 a week, I worked at WSB in 1972 for a couple of years. And the people in New Orleans offered me $400 a week, and WSB would not match it. So I quit and I went to New Orleans. And that's why I ended up there because they wouldn't give me more than like $250 a week or something. 72. Of course, we were living in this place up just above the river on Roswell Road, the Cove. Maybe that's not right. Anyway, a little apartment thing. We were paying $105 a month, I think, back then. I mean, look how things have.
My first apartment in 79, 80 was $200.
Yeah, I mean, it's astounding. Anyway, so I got a lot of New Orleans stories and Mardi Gras and stuff like that, and a lot of good memories. I was on a float during Mardi Gras.
That's true.
Anyway, we'll get to that later. I don't want to spend the whole time on me talking about that. Let's see. And we will have some cookies, by the way. Flounder, we have. I don't know. Are you a Girl Scout cookie fan? Or you're probably not. I'm guessing you probably are not.
They're not bad. I don't buy them anymore, but I'll definitely taste them out.
Okay. Well, anyway, we've got this one. I have not. What's the flavor of that again?
Explore Moors.
Now, I think that's a newer one.
Yeah, I never heard this.
I've never heard of it before, so we'll try those. And I've got these others. Now, normally I bake cookies. I bring Flounder a cookie basically every day. I make cookies basically every night.
Yeah,
I make
you're getting these
cookies.
from now on.
Yeah, from now I'm not. Yeah, I'm going to take a break because I got 4 boxes of cookies.
Yeah. Here's the flavor: Rocky Road ice cream inspired cookies filled with flavors of chocolate, marshmallow, and toasted almond cream.
Ah, almond cream is interesting.
It sounds interesting. It does sound good.
Yeah.
By the way, Walmart and Aldi's both have their own versions of the Girl Scout cookies.
Oh, really? Oh, they're
Yes.
ripping out. Well, that's kind of mean.
In fact, at Walmart, I noticed the other night, you can get the actual mix to make your own.
Well, I can see that, but why wouldn't they help the Girl Scouts and sell the Girl Scout cookies at Walmart and help them with the Girl Scouts things?
Because they can sell them all year round instead of just once a year. That's to make money. That's called capitalism.
Well, no, but Walmart can make money whenever they wanted. They could do it year round. Girls smell great. And
No, I'm talking
take a
the
cut
Girl
of the
Scouts.
action.
Girl Scout cookies don't sell year round.
Yeah.
So
well,
Walmart's...
then maybe they should start. Oh, sorry.
Maybe they should.
Well, there you go. Anyway, okay, I didn't mean to get distracted on the Girl Scout. Anyway, we have a special live entertainment section coming up here shortly. Also, we got Pete's Tweets, and we got Flounder's Funnies, and we got Donald Trump talking about we're going to talk more about the AOC business, too, overseas. And the tranny dad. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, in the story, there's a Rhode Island father of 6 in the news today for something that happened at a public event that left people hurt. Yeah, it's, a Rhode Island man.
Rhode Island. Well,
Yeah.
he was a Rhode Island
He was
man.
a Rhode Island man.
Literally.
Yeah.
A man.
A man, yeah, a man. Anyway, I've got a lot to talk about this training stuff. And a quick thing before we go too far. And by the way, I got a million little personal things here. But first, Jesse Jackson. Now, for the record, I'm not celebrating that the man died. I mean, that's stupid, On the other hand, I don't care that he died. We all die. I'm dying. We're all dying. Every breath we take is one more to the end.
Speak for yourself.
Okay, well, no, I'm seriously. I plan to live forever. So far, so good. But that's, kind of silly. But I don't care personally. I mean, and frankly, I think he was a slime bag. I think he was a freaking blackmailing extortionist. I can't tell you the number of times when I was working for ABC Television, working at WLS TV out of Chicago, when they would say, hey, we need somebody to go up to the North Bureau because Jesse Jackson's trying to blackmail another company again. Okay, I got it. We could take the film, the videotape crew up there with a minicam, go live and stuff, because Jesse Jackson would have his protesters out front of some company, and he would demand to see the CEO, and they would let him in, and he would demand 6 new black members on their board of directors, or by God, sir, we're going to shut you down. And they say, oh, okay, fine. It was freaking extortion. It was famous for it.
It was re-education,
right.
Enlightenment.
It was extortion. He was a famous blackmailer. I mean, my God.
He was an educator.
And they all caved into him. Oh, and one more thing. Let's remember, the Operation Rainbow and Push together made the thing. Yeah, let's not remember this too much either. That remember when he knocked up that University of Georgia professor, he knocked up some chick, and he had to use the Rainbow charity money, $700,000, I think, to pay her off, to shut her up. Yep. Yeah, that's Jesse Jackson. Allegedly, my ass. It's straight on the record. Scumbag. I really was a slimy scumbag. And Al Sharpton working together to lie and cheat and deceive, to make black people victims. His whole course was to make black people victims, to be angry at the white community because you deserve more because of those damn white people. Helping people my ass. He made them victims and made them feel bad and angry. I mean, I'm sorry that I'm sorry that his family loved him and he's dead. I'm sorry that if you're suffering, too bad. But I don't care that he's dead. And frankly, I think the record ought to show that is also the reason that Kim Peterson is an official ordained minister. And I did it because of Jesse Jackson. When he knocked up that girl and paid her with charity money, I said, oh my God, if he can be a minister, so can I. And by Jesus, I sent away for a minister thing, and I've got it in my wallet. And the state of Georgia confirmed by the Secretary of State told me personally that I am an ordained minister if my church says I am.
Only you can turn that around and make it about you.
We've heard that story.
Oh, get out of your button. Oh, look out. 3:14 already. We haven't even started yet.
If you listen to Extra, share it with a friend. It's how we grow and how we can reach everyone in the Atlanta community that believes in the American way of life. If you value the station, help us grow by telling someone about the Extra 106.3 app.
Okay, now here's the deal. You've got a deal coming your way if you need new windows in your house, and your house is important to you, and who isn't? Peach State Windows has a deal. I keep checking, but this is really incredible. Jeff, my buddy, I've known him, this lovely bride, 25 years or something. And when you know a company, you stick with them, and because, especially company businesses, I love company businesses, and if you need windows on your home, Jeff from Peach State Windows has got your windows, and again, these are big-time Charlie. He's been doing this for decades and decades. How about 8 premium Energy Star double-hung replacement windows fully installed for $39.95. 8 windows installed under $4,000. Try to get that deal from those big national outfits. They got, they just hire stringer people to put up stuff. No, with Jeff, it's personal service. Your house will look great. You get exactly what you want with these windows. How about this? How about 0% financing for 12 months? Here's a number, 770-485-8011. Proven and trusted and priced right, and I know these people. They'll do you good, I promise you. Company business. Here it is, peachstatewindows.com.
Matt, where does confidence actually come from?
Well, Brooke, most people think it's about faking it or achieving more. But real confidence starts with something simpler, self-awareness.
So how do you know if you're self-aware? And more importantly, how do you increase it?
That's where our image process comes in at howpeopleseeyou.com.
Is that the same process made famous by casting director Sam Christensen from MASH?
Yeah, and today it's helping corporate professionals show up with clarity and authenticity, because confidence starts when who you are matches how you're seen. Learn more at howpeopleseeyou.com and sign up for a free preview event. That's howpeopleseeyou.com.
Hey, this is Matt from East Cobb. We basically bought our house from our in-laws. It was my wife's childhood home. One of the issues that we've had when we first moved in was our dog in our backyard. It was extremely shaded, could never grow grass back there. We resodded it twice. So ATL Turf Co. did an amazing job with our backyard transformation. They basically created a miniature golf hole. We have a miniature fairway. We also have a miniature little putting green. Consists of about 4 holes, total about 40 yards, so you can definitely work on your short game and your putting. After that transformation that ATL Turf Co. did for us, my father-in-law came and saw his house the way it looked after the fact of we had a putting green and a miniature golf course. Sure enough, he did the same thing with ATL Turf Co. He has a beautiful backyard, wonderful stonework, drainage, and a beautiful practice area for chipping and putting. Check him out online at atlturfco.com.
Hi, it's Los, here with Tom Mitchell, the Honest Car Guy. Tom, you are changing the way people are buying their next pre-owned car or truck. How are you doing it?
Los, we found a better way for customers to buy a car. An honest way, a very transparent way. You pay what we pay plus our honest fee.
How do you prove that?
We even prove it to you by giving you a copy of the bill of sale at the end of the deal.
How much can people save when they buy their next vehicle with the Honest Car Guy?
I've saved people upwards of $20,000 and $30,000. I mean, it really depends on the year, the make, the model of the car, and the price of the car. On a $15,000 car, I can't save you $20,000. We can probably save you $2,000 or $3,000, but it's through the course of the whole sale. The big one here that people don't realize, the financing. You go into the dealership, they tell you your rate's 9%, or really it's probably 7% because they're allowed to make 2 points on there. The Honest Car Guy, you'll save an average of $5,000 to $10,000 depending on the price of the car.
Folks, if you want to save thousands on your next pre-owned car or truck, try the Honest Car Guy. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or honestcarguy.com.
If you've been waiting for the right time to upgrade your home's comfort, this is it. Central Heating and Air Conditioning is proud to announce the 29th annual Winter White Sale, and it's our lowest pricing of 2026. For a limited time, everything is on sale. Heating and cooling systems and complete home performance solutions with rebates and discounts up to $2,300. Are you dealing with hot or cold spots in your home? Energy bills that just keep climbing? Or unhealthy indoor air affecting your family's comfort? Central has the solution. As your trusted carrier partner, they install industry-leading carrier systems backed by strong warranties and peace of mind that comes with proven performance and efficiency. With 79 years experience, Central Heating and Air Conditioning knows how to design comfort solutions that work, not just today, but for years to come. This is your chance to save big during Central's 29th annual Winter White Sale, but it won't last long. Central Heating and Air Conditioning, delivering carrier comfort for the world we share.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Love Atlanta fans, it's our homecoming. We're back at Gateway Center Arena on Wednesday, February 22nd as we take on Love Austin for our HBCU night, celebrating Black History Month. We're celebrating the full HBCU culture to the court, including a special performance by Clark Atlanta's Mighty Marching Panthers, surprise guests, and a fan experience you don't want to miss. Rep your HBCU, bring your vibe, and cheer on your Love Atlanta. Get your tickets now at lovvatl.com.
All right, look on now. Here we go. Stand by. Kimmer Payton, Flounder, and Jimi Hendrix.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
We're going that gun in your
Now, this was not a protest song or a political song.
No.
I don't know why I thought that was for
It's
you.
about a guy murdering his wife.
I see, that's very bad. It's kind of political, but...
Running to Mexico.
Well, for good reason, probably, Anyway, what did she do? I said, sorry. Now, 2000...
Didn't know what the meaning of...
Yeah, I told you. Sorry. No, that's wrong. Ladies, we're not... that's even joking. We can't even do that. There's never any... Well, there's a couple... No, it's right. Don't even go there. Okay. All right, shut up. 2005. 2005. A 1965 Fender Stratocaster guitar belonging to Jimi Hendrix sold for about $125,000 in London in 1965. It's 40 years old, after all. And other Hendrix items include a poem written 2 weeks after his appearance at the Monterey Pop Festival. That went for $10,000, about $15,000. And the first Jimi Hendrix Experiences single, Hey Joe, signed by all the band, sold for a lousy $2,500. You think that'd be pretty valuable?
Yeah.
Hey Joe, signed by the band? Okay, well, whatever. Of course, that was 2005. I'm kind of surprised. Anyway, what do I know? Okay. Kimmer Payton Flounder. Here we go. Birthdays include Lou Diamond Phillips, 64 today. Lou Diamond Phillips was in La Bamba, Young Guns, Stand and Deliver, Longmire. Was he the one whose wife turned lesbian on him?
Yes.
I was, yeah.
That's correct.
Nice guy.
With
Good
Melissa
actor.
Etheridge, wasn't it?
I'm sorry?
With Melissa Etheridge?
Melissa Etheridge, I believe, but that may have just been her side piece. I don't know. I guess that's probably wrong to say about whatever. Anyway, well, I guess they're all happy. Well, no, it's, side piece. Think of a guys and girls side piece. I don't think of
Julie Cypher was her name.
Oh, I remember that name. You're right. Thank you so much. In fact, she's famous for something.
Leaving Lou Diamond Phillips and becoming a lesbian.
Well, now, see, there you are. We just came the answer. The problem is solved. And now,
wow,
I've got what?
I couldn't tell she was a.
Well, she's all right.
I mean, come on.
No, but it's all right. It's just.
I once, we say that, and so you can't do that. Yeah. I once worked with a lesbian woman, young girl, and somehow the topic of who's the actress, Jodie Foster,
hot lesbian girl there.
And she goes, you're typical lesbian. I said, what do you mean by that? And she goes, well, she has the look. The sharp-faced, angular look to the face. That's a lot of lesbians have that. And I said, for the record, I just want to know that the lesbians are saying that, not me.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, that there's a look. And look at her. Look at Julie Cypher.
Well, that's not angry.
She looks like Ghislaine Maxwell.
She does look like Ghislaine Maxwell. She has kind of the long nose.
Yeah, kind of an angular look to her face. Yeah.
Well,
I didn't say that. That was the lesbian saying that to me.
But I've never even heard that as a cliche.
Oh, yeah. Well, look at Jodie Foster. She's got that look.
She's cute. she's a doll. Or used to.
I never got the Jodie Foster.
Oh, I did.
thing.
I didn't like her mannerism. She was a little too something aggressive or something for me. But anyway, sorry. Okay.
How did we get on this?
I don't know. I'm sorry. And now I have a little story here for you. 1972, actually a story here and then a follow-up. 1972, Herbie would be so proud. On this day, the 15,007,034th Volkswagen Beetle came off the assembly line and broke a world record held for more than 40 years by the Model T, the best-selling car in the world.
People's car.
Beat Model T. Production from 1908 to 1927, the Model T. The Beetle made its way to American shores in the 50s. In 1968, Disney had the Love Bug movie. It was a huge success. Sequels followed. In July of 2003, the last original Beetle rolled off the line in Mexico. 1972 was when it became the world's best-selling car. And I will tell you this, a quick story. I know, get your buzzer ready. Well, it's important to me because this is all I got. When I was in my second year of college, right before I went in the Marines, in fact, I met this when I was in second year of college. I got thrown out of the first university anyway. So I was back at home going to community college, and I was one of the girls I went to school with was I got to know pretty good, and she was cute as heck, and she was real sweet and nice and just real regular person, and we just got along as friendly stuff. And I realized I really liked this girl, and I kind of started flirting with her, and she drove a dark green Volkswagen, and this is 19 I'm talking 65, 66. And her Volkswagen was old, and it was they had nothing in it. They had a stick shift and a radio, and that was it, And so, and I would tease her about her Volkswagen. She talked about driving. It was hard to and I said, oh, hell, I could start that car in fourth gear. And she said, you can't start a Volkswagen in a stick shift in four gears. You can't start it in fourth. You have to start the car in first because it's a little. I said, I can start that car in fourth gear. She said, you can. I said, oh, yeah. So sure enough, she dared me, went out to the parking lot of our community college, and got in the car. And I put that thing in fourth, and I floored it and slowly let the bird in the clutch to hell. But I started that car in fourth gear and drove around in fourth gear. We both laughed, and that was the first time when she allowed me to have a little game with her that actually left the building as opposed to just saying hi across classroom or something. That was my first venture into flirting with her as a, flirting. And from that point, we became boyfriend and girlfriend, and then all of a sudden, about a year later, I told her I just joined the Marines. So that was, anyway. So
you didn't warn her you were going to do this?
No, I didn't tell anybody. It was in May of my second year in college. I was 19 or 20, whatever. I hadn't even turned 20 yet, I think. And I walked across the quadrangle, whatever they call it, to the post office. Went upstairs, second floor, and joined the Marines. And I went home and told my parents and my mother. I thought, oh God, you joined the Marines in 1966. You know what's going on in the world in 1960s? I said, yes, I can't help it. And so anyway, we actually got married. Okay, so we got married. Everything's fine. I came home. Everything's fine. Okay, then I went to Arizona State because she got me in when she went to beg to let me in to play on probation, which they did. And we went to Phoenix, lived in Phoenix, and we needed a new car, and so I bought her the brand new first year 19.
We're just getting back to the Beetle.
No. So I bought her to say how much, because I just come back, was back at school, my life was beginning all over again, and so I bought her a brand new, the first year they had it, the 1971 Super Beetle, Volkswagen Bug, deep blue, and she made upholstery covers so we never sat on the seat. So when we sold that car, it looked brand new. No one had ever sat on the seat. She made cloth, like velour or something or other, and not velour, but bathrobe material. Anyway. So I bought her the 71 Super Beetle, and that was my Volkswagen story of my flirting with a girl, became my girlfriend and my wife. And when I came back from the Marines, I bought her that new car, and everybody's happy. So there you are.
All right. That was your Beetle story. Two side stories that circled back to the Beetle story.
Yes, it did. Well, I got to bring it around.
That's the real Kimmer Beetle.
I know. I'm so sorry. I'm telling you, I don't know what. I'm seriously. I don't know what's going on, but I'm in a real. Kind of a melancholy, and I'm, you know what it is? I'm tired of the freaking stuff. I'm tired of these freaking. I got so freaking mad last night with that dirty, rotten, stinking Swalwell and that freaky scumbag suspected child molester Chuck freaking Schumer, and all those guys are, they say Donald Trump is ruining America. He's trying to take over the world, and he's going to ruin the election, and he's ruining our democracy. I mean, over and over and over, and I just want to slap the bastards. And I'm thinking, how the hell could we lose the off-year election? How the hell could Democrats win anything this fall, given what Trump's been doing for a year? He's knocking it out of the park for a year.
One word.
Yeah.
Republicans.
That's right.
Only Republicans can screw this up.
Well, they're going to stay home or do something. It's like the Burt Jones thing. 2 ads back to back. Burt Jones is Donald Trump's new young son. Everybody, Donald Trump and Burt Jones are joined at the hip. Click. Burt Jones is a crook who wears brown shoes with a trunk full of cash. I mean, it's unbelievable. Typical. That 2 Republicans, I mean, it's just typical in Georgia. It's the damnedest thing. It makes me so freaking mad.
Real quick, we got Helen on the horn.
Hey, Helen. Hi, Helen. How you doing, sweetie? Welcome aboard.
Hi, Kimmer. I'm fine. I just don't know if you realize that you owe your first girlfriend and your first wife to Adolf Hitler.
Oh, I know. Well, so does Pete Davis driving that Porsche.
Sure. He made a hell of a tank.
He made a great car. He made a great hell. That thing floats.
And those Hugo Boss uniforms were really just guile. But Wolfsburg, where they were made, is actually named for Adolf. He didn't want it to be called Adolfville or Hitlertown. But his nickname was Wolf, and so they named the town Wolfsburg.
Yeah.
In his honor, so
I don't want to ask you how come you know all this stuff about the Nazis, Helen. I'm just kind of curious if you. I don't think I want to see your living room.
It's very tasteful in red and black. But no,
I bet you got Hitler's hat in your living room. I bet you got a wall with Hitler's boots. Hitler's boots right there in the mantle.
Guys find a little mustache to turn on. What can I say? No, I lived in Germany for 20 years.
Oh, you did?
Boy.
Wow.
History is important. Lived some history, read about the rest.
I know. Well, thank you. That must have been really something. Well, thank you, Ellen. It's a great pleasure talking to you. 3:31.
Auf Wiedersehen.
There you go. Anyway, well, it's radio. This is it. This is what we got. Right till 6 o'clock or so. I don't know.
What we promised.
Likely.
You can stream Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station while you work at extra1063.com. Get the latest from the Morning Extra, The Kimmer Show, and Neil Bortz, and stay connected at the office. That's xtra1063.com.
There's never been a better time to fall in love with Subaru. Now through March 31st, get award-winning vehicles and exceptional offers from a brand you trust during the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Subaru of Gwinnett. Explore the full lineup of hybrid, electric, gas, and wilderness vehicles, including the 2026 Subaru Forester and the all-new 2026 Subaru Outback. Every Subaru is made with love and built to last, with dependability and value coming standard. Whether you're looking to match your adventurous spirit with the 2026 Subaru Outback or land on the reliability of the 2026 Subaru Forester, Subaru of Gwinnett has the perfect fit for your family. You'll love exploring in the 2026 Subaru Crosstrek. And the 2026 Subaru Legacy is what happens when we put the best of Subaru into a sedan. Plus, every Subaru model comes equipped with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive. There's a lot to discover and a lot to love at Subaru of Gwinnett. Come in for a test drive on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth or start shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
Hey, Atlanta, it's Mark from Atlanta Safe House. It's 2026, and it's going to be a great year. So let's start the year off with a quiz. So what's the difference in a criminal and a socialist Democrat? Well, a criminal wants to steal your stuff, but a socialist Democrat wants to steal your freedom. So let's talk about safes. The Atlanta Safe House has the largest selection of safes in the Southeast. Brands like Browning, Champion, and Fort Knox. With over 500 safes in stock, we are the place to buy a safe. So come by the showroom or go to atlantasafehouse.com.
Here today with Evan Ward, host of North Georgia's Retirement Game Plan. And Evan, we're told to enjoy retirement, but frugal investors often worry about overspending and running out of money. So when it comes to your clients, how can you help ease some of those worries?
Well, it starts with income planning. And, here's one of the most common mistakes. It's almost every single person when we first meet with them, they have no income plan. Mm-hmm. They have a thought, they have a hope, they have hey, if we make enough money, we'll be able, hopefully, to make this money last, but there's no plan. And so we build comprehensive income plan that we know this is how we're exactly going to pay your bills in retirement, and more so because, look, retiring isn't about, well, I've got enough to survive. It's about enjoying life. You didn't work 30, 40 years of your life to get by in retirement. You did it to enjoy the things that you've always wanted to do. And so we're going to build a second component that covers that quality of life, that every month, every year, regardless of what's happening with the market, regardless of what's happening in your life, this money's coming in like clockwork. and you never have to worry about it. You never have to stress about it. You know you're going to be able to keep the lights on and enjoy the kind of lifestyle that you're looking for.
The name of the show is North Georgia's Retirement Game Plan. And Evan, you say it all the time on the show, a play is not a plan. You've got to have that comprehensive game plan when it comes to your retirement.
You've got to. It's the only way to, one, make sure it's going to work, and two, make sure it's going to work efficiently.
If you'd like to schedule that complimentary retirement income review, call Evan Ward and his team with Atlas Retirement. That number is 678-736-7799. Again, it's 678-736-7799. Or you can always reach them at the website. It's atlasretirement.net. That's atlasretirement.net. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
Hey, it's a Kimmer. You know what time it is? Cooler weather. Perfect time to get those outdoor projects done. Stovall & Company has everything. Wholesale landscaping, nursery, irrigation supplies. 11 locations, latest one in Canton. Family owned for 75 years. They've got it all. StovallInc.com.
Hi, I'm Chris Lalamia, owner of the Trusted Toolbox. Got a to-do list a mile long? No problem. We've got the ultimate solution, our Handyman for a Day program. Here's how it works. You get a skilled handyman dedicated to knocking out your honey-do list. Paint touch-ups, drywall repairs, door adjustments, and much more, all done in one day. Call us now before the rush for your Handyman for a Day, and call us at 770-623-3097 or visit us at thetrustedtoolbox.com. One call, one handyman, one day, the Trusted Toolbox.
Zero is a powerful number. It can mean you have nothing, but it's really powerful when it means you pay nothing. That's where Dobbs Heating and Air comes in. Right now, the Dobbs family is offering a $0 10-year labor warranty on all new HVAC systems. If you think you might need a new system soon, now is the time to install a new unit with Dobbs Heating and Air for that $0 10-year warranty. That means $0 repairs for 10 years. Great deals, even better service. That's Dobbs HVAC. Get started at DobbsHVAC.com. That's DobbsHVAC.com.
I thought I could get away with it. Tell the little people what we just read the story. Listen to this.
All right. So a guy goes to all the trouble to get a tactical vest, get a shotgun, take a ride to the Capitol building in D.C., jump out and start running towards the Capitol until the cop says, "Hey, buddy, where you going?" He goes, "Oh, you got me," and he stops.
Lay down, get on the ground. Oh, all right. What the hell? Jeez. All right, 336. Kimmer Payne Flounder. I'm sorry, Flounder. Turn up my music here. I messed up. A little white snake. There we go. I like a couple of White Snake songs. I do. I like how they built. I like how built at the ending here.
Like a couple of White Snakes?
There, yeah. There we go. Dun, 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 dun. Here I go. Here I go again. David Coverdale, on this day in 1989, married actress Tawny Katane, known for her provocative appearances in White Snake's music videos. Here I go again. Is This Love? And Still of the Night. The couple divorced in 1991, and by the way, that's on the music list. On my history list, it says here, David married actor, he escaped her clutches in 1991, and she began beating the crap out of baseball pitcher Chuck Finley 6 years later. And she was a firecracker. Tawny Katane. Anyway, did I do a birthday? Hold on a minute. Well, Chuck, who's got my birthday list? Hold on, here we go. Stand by. I don't know what happened. I put it underneath the thing. I'm so sorry. I'm not. I don't know what's going on with me today. It's very bad. Larry the Cable Guy is 63. Well, he faded out pretty good there too, didn't he?
Yeah, he's kind of disappeared, hasn't he?
I mean, I guess he probably. Oh, well, he's probably got $20 million in his checking account. When he's going to go on the road again. Anyway, and. Something. Speaking of on the road, we got a little special thing coming up here in a second. But first, on this day in history, 1959, the low-budget horror film House on Haunted Hill, starring Vincent Price, is released. 1959, produced and directed by William Castle. Known for his use of gimmicks to promote his horror films, this film featured an effect he called emergo, in which a plastic skeleton would fly over the theater audience in the theater during the scene that it corresponded to in the movie. A flying skeleton, ladies and gentlemen, over the the movie House on Haunted Hill was made on a budget of $200,000, earned a couple of million. The huge success inspired Alfred Hitchcock to make his own low-budget horror movie known as Psycho.
How is the skeleton any different than if you go to Broadway and see Phantom of the Opera?
Yeah.
The chandelier swooshing over your head.
Yeah, right. And again, gimmicks, if they're part of the... But they I don't know if they still do. They had theaters that would release aromas. Remember smells and stuff?
Snifforama or Smellorama?
I forgot what they call it.
Remember, what was her name? The Pink Flamingos woman. Divine?
Oh,
the fat transvestite.
Yeah. Oh, God,
it's one of the most disgusting movies of all time.
Yeah, okay.
And then she came up with something called with Tab Hunter, and they gave you a card as you went in. And at one point, they're in bed.
Oh, God.
And he does a Dutch oven.
Oh, no.
And it said, scratch number 4. And we're like, no.
If you know what a Dutch oven is, you don't want to scratch number 4. Anyway, all right, 340, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Flounder, are we prepared for happiness here? Some special presentation of some kind here coming up in a moment. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Sally sells seashells at the seashore. Session Sally.
This time.
Shushi Shashings of the Shusha. And now, another edition of Not the Kimmers, Rainy Day Bad Text Theater Playhouse, where we, by golly, try to bring a little bit of sunshine into the otherwise miserable lives of you, the little people. Today's episode, want to dance? No, I said you look fat in those pants. The scene. A busy workplace full of cubicles, full of busy workers, busily working. A group of workers are huddled around a conference table, busily discussing business. Suddenly, the sound of a loud phone is heard. The head worker at the head of the table, looking annoyed, stops working, steps away, and snatches out his phone and with an annoyed voice says,
"Hello?"
He is received by a cheerful voice on the phone.
Hi, gee, I know you're at work, but I have some very urgent news. Can we talk?
The worker, with concern in his voice, says,
"What's up? Is everything okay?"
Did you know you can put the movie theater butter on your hot dog? They can't stop you.
I stepped out of a meeting for this.
And scene.
So in other words, he was in a meeting and then he didn't want to answer the phone to just something it didn't make. Hot dog, what? Butter on it didn't matter. Why would he want? Oh my! This the eruption of an American meeting in business, trying to destroy the business culture, one phone call at a time. Ladies and gentlemen, all I can say is
dramedy.
It's dramedy. Another edition of Not the Kimmers, Rainy Day Theater, Bad Text Playhouse, where, by golly, 106.3, we care for you and me. Ta-da! Well done, Pete Davis. God. Hey. It's almost, you almost can't, that could get us to Peabody.
The Peabody.
That could get us to Peabody.
You know who gives out the Peabody?
I have no idea.
UGA.
Oh, that's right, too. I remember that now. Yeah, that's right. I do remember that. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? We're going to eat some Girl Scout cookies. We're going to try the new ones after 4 o'clock today. Also, we have tweets.
We have milk.
We have, we need milk.
Got
we
milk?
should get milk. I have my combination lemonade and grape drink.
You think the
with
Shake
sugar.
Shack downstairs has milk?
No, that's just the office, the executive office.
Maybe they have milk, though.
Yeah, well, that's possible. Okay, what do you want to do?
Staff.
Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Staff.
Only we had staff.
Let's see. 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Jeeves, we've got a million things here, including Newsy stuff. And I'm glad to see now that, frankly, most people have to admit that this tranny father in Rhode Island was a sick freak with his Nazi tattoos. Have you seen the video of this guy?
Nazi tattoos?
Yeah, Nazi tattoos, too. A lot of tattoos, including Nazi tattoos. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. He murdered his son and ex-wife, critically wounded her parents, Rhode Island.
Because they wouldn't play along with his delusion.
Yeah, that's right. He had his stuff cut off to become a girl. That's why his wife divorced him. And they this a couple years ago, and it's just horrible. It's just freaking horrible. And by the way, at some point, if you've seen the video, God bless him. People are skating on the hockey rink, and you hear bang, bang, bang. I mean, you hear the gunfire, and people are fleeing, and then all of a sudden they all rush him. I mean, you can see heroes rushing to stop the guy. Apparently, they took one guy actually did take away one of his guns, but he had another one, and that's the one he used to kill himself, apparently. But still, I mean, you can see the video of, what would you do?
Beat him to death?
Yeah, what would it be like? I don't know why he's alive, honestly. I would have taken his, well, he killed himself, or you wouldn't have had a chance. I'm sorry, Flounder, was that me, or did you?
Yeah, we got Robbie on the horn. He wanted to give you an update on the highway lights.
Oh, the highway lights. The high beams, you mean?
Yes.
Robbie, hey, you're on the radio, man. What do you think? What's going on?
Hey, man, on those work trucks, they come out of the factory without a bed on them, so they're naturally sitting up in the back end. Well, you put a bed on them, that's a ton. Then you put tools in the bed, that may be another ton.
Yeah.
You add more stuff, and the lower the back end gets, the higher the lights go. And if you don't adjust them back down, they're easy to adjust. You're going to be shining in people's back windows with those things. It looks like you got the high beams on.
I hadn't thought about that, although the ones, in fact, I'm not making this up. I got a real sweet reaction from the lady I met at the airport after 20 years of playing phone tag, and she met me at the Denver airport several months ago. Called herself the Sky Waitress, and she texted me last night, in fact, because she sent me a video of a truck that must have had 15 lights on it, headlights and beam lights and spotlights and searchlights in traffic coming at people. You know, I hadn't thought of that of the lower end, but what I'm talking about, I mean, you can see at least 4 headlights. You can see, I mean, he's got 4 headlights on. It's not like he's got the low beams, but still, I hadn't thought about that. And the other thing is, and I will admit this too, the new cars have very bright headlights. And they look like, you could be mistaken, they look like high beams. So I try not to overreact to things, but the ones I'm talking about, for some reason, I don't know why it is, a lot of those freaking work trucks, man, and I don't know whether they're lowered or not, but those high beams are brutal. Anyway, but thank you. I appreciate it. I didn't know, I had not heard that explanation. It makes sense, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Do you hear that Tony Clark resigned, the Players Union for Baseball, abruptly just quit today?
No.
And he's being investigated for supposedly money being mishandled and stuff like that. That's not why he quit, though.
Why'd he quit?
According to Jeff Passan, the sports writer, Mr. Tony Clark had an inappropriate relationship with his sister-in-law.
Oh, and he's head of what now? The bargaining unit or
he's
union?
the head of the Baseball Players Union.
Players Union. Oh my God! So he was having an affair with
Allegedly.
his brother's wife or something, and so they fired him because he was having an affair with her. Okay, all right.
Or he stepped down because of it.
Well, okay. Well, now
there's money. There's money that is being misappropriated allegedly.
Well,
too.
between the two,
a real winner. This guy.
Jeez. In fact, we got sex love stories in the news. A lot of them today, including one that makes me very happy. A famous actress has found a love from 35 years ago, and.
Yeah, because her husband was no longer a big football star, so she got rid of him.
Well, let's not be too negative about, if, people don't have a thing. I'm just talking about the new part of the fact that she's found love. Oh, my God, you're so freaking
She dumped him as soon as he quit playing.
Well, I don't know that. I don't have any idea what. Maybe
you don't know that.
Well, maybe he cut her off. Maybe he said, I don't want to be around with you, man, because I'm not playing football and I want to start over. We don't know what happened. My God, I can't believe this.
You're taking the side of the wolf.
I've got to take the chicks because I have a little story, perhaps. It's possible.
Wait a minute.
347. Get your stupid button ready again. Give her feet and flounder. Oh, my God. You're teaming up on me.
The president has drawn a clear line. Law and order must come first, and surrendering to mob pressure just invites more chaos. As these complicated stories unfold, you need the most trusted local and national voices of Extra 106.3 to make sense of it all. And most importantly, how it affects your family and your community. Proud to be Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station, Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Shopping the new 2026 Toyota Camry? Well, here's the smartest way to do it. Get the Camry you want and get it from the dealership that protects your purchase. Marietta Toyota, every new Toyota comes with our nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty, valid for unlimited time and unlimited mileage for as long as you own your Toyota. and you can buy with confidence because Marietta Toyota is a BBB A+ rated business, and we're rated 4.6 stars on Google with over 11,000 reviews. Right now, we've got a strong Camry inventory arriving daily so you can choose the trim and color that you want while selection is at its best. Special APR is available on the new 2026 Camry, 4.99% APR for 72 months. Well-qualified buyers. Visit us on Cobb Parkway South, just north of Truist Stadium. Marietta Toyota since 1975. We've been here and we'll be here for you.
4.99% APR for 72 months with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. Not all buyers will qualify. Offer ends 3/2/26. Lifetime powertrain warranty included with every new Toyota purchase. See dealer for details.
I enjoy a good night's sleep, and I like to breathe while I'm sleeping. My wife appreciates that, too. That's why I wear a CPAP. You want the right machine. You want expert advice. You want all the supplies that go with it. You get it all at CPAPs, etc. in Alpharetta. Machines, masks, tubing, filters, cleaning supplies, all of it, and they ship nationwide. Walk-ins, by the way, are welcome. CPAPs, etc. Alpharetta, CPAPSETC.com.
Hello.
Hey, is this Mike Fitzgerald?
No, I think you have the wrong number. Wish I could help you.
Well, you could if you were Mike Fitzgerald.
Who is Mike Fitzgerald?
Mike Fitzgerald is the only realtor I'll talk to because he can sell my house fast for a great price and even in this market.
Yeah, I'm definitely not Mike Fitzgerald.
Oh, I figured that out because Mike Fitzgerald would have sold my house already.
Need to sell your home? You need Mike Fitzgerald from the Harry Norman Realtors team, exclusive Georgia members of Forbes Global Properties. Learn more at MikeFitzgeraldRealty.com. That's where you'll find Mike Fitzgerald.
February is Heart Health Month, and heart problems don't care what month it is, and everybody knows somebody with a heart issue, a parent, maybe you, maybe me, and you have health insurance, so you're covered, right? And, well, maybe until you see the out-of-pocket costs, insurance doesn't pay. If a heart attack or stroke hits, you're suddenly staring at deductibles and missed paychecks, mortgages due, bills don't take sick days. You don't need a second heart attack from opening the mail. Well, nobody wants to start a GoFundMe either to get back on your feet. That's why our listeners now have added a separate heart and stroke plan. It can pay a lump sum cash benefit on the first covered event up to $75,000 paid directly to you. Benefits vary by plan and eligibility. It's usually affordable. You can call Steva to get the details. It takes about 2 minutes to check your options. The Health Insurance Doctor, solving problems you don't see coming before they happen. HealthInsuranceDoctor.net. Here's the number, 678-523-0759. Ask about the heart and stroke coverage. HealthInsuranceDoctor.net.
You and your buddy. You've been through a lot with each other. The ups and the downs. He's been with you every morning, noon, and night. You've traveled the world together. Heck, he was even with you on your first big date. But have you noticed he's struggling lately? Not performing on the job. He can't even stand up straight anymore. He's wanting to cry out for help, but just doesn't know how. He needs Dr. Deal and Total Body Therapy of Georgia. They can give him the gift of good posture this year, help him stand proud and become all he was meant to be. Now, take him by the hand, look him in the eye and say, I appreciate you, little fella, and we're going to get you some help. We're going to call 404-777-1911. We're going to visit StopMyED.com. We are going to say goodbye to erectile dysfunction forever. Total Body Therapy of Georgia. It's a hard conversation to have, but it's one worth having. Total Body Therapy of Georgia. Online at StopMyED.com.
Retirement should feel exciting, not stressful. But if you're close to retirement or already there, have you ever stopped to ask, do I really understand the risks to my plan? Hi, I'm David Nicholas, president of Nicholas Wealth Management. Things like market swings, higher taxes, inflation, healthcare costs, even living longer than expected can slowly chip away at your savings if you're not prepared. And even solid plans can have blind spots. That's why we offer a retirement risk analysis. It looks at how your investments, income, and taxes could hold up in real-life situations, not just on paper. It helps answer the big questions. What happens if the market drops? And will your money last as long as you do? If you're within 10 years of retirement or already retired, give us a call, 678-990-8500, or visit nicholaswealth.com to schedule a complimentary retirement risk analysis. Nicholas Wealth Management, helping you retire with clarity, confidence, and control.
Nicholas Wealth Management is an independent financial services firm. This is for informational purposes only and is not specific investment advice.
Yeah, oh, sorry. We're on hell. Testing.
Question is,
hey, we're working here. Oh, my God, here we go. Hey, Blondie. Hey, Blondie, in 1979. Heart of Glass, baby. Number one British album on this day. Lasted 4 weeks at the top of the charts, including Heart of Glass, their first number one hit in America. Also, Hanging on the Telephone and Sunday Girl. Parallel Lines, the album took its name from an unused track written by Deborah Harry and became Britain's biggest-selling album of the year. Blondie, and she got her name because of a truck driver yelling, "Hey, Blondie," at her walking across the street. Our birthday list includes Christina Pickles. Christina Pickles is 91. She was in St. Elsewhere and Wedding Singer. A tall, blonde, I think she wore glasses maybe.
Who?
Christina Pickles from St. Elsewhere.
Oh, God, don't mention pickles.
She's 91. Yeah, Pickle Day. Pickle Show. Let's see. And on this day in history... kind of a double whammy here on the same day. First of all, in 1864, during the Civil War, the Union ship USS Housatonic was rammed and sunk in Charleston Harbor, South Carolina, by the Confederate hand-cranked submarine H.L. Hundley in the first naval attack of its kind. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, the Hundley also sank, but they got the bad guys.
They all died.
They all died. And 1 year later, 1865, General William Tecumseh Sherman takes Columbia, South Carolina. The town is burned to the ground, but Sherman claims that 2/3 of the city set on fire was by retreating Confederate soldiers, so that he wouldn't have anything to use against them later on. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? 3:55. For the record, the Tucson kidnapping case of Savannah Guthrie's mother. They say the glove they found, it doesn't mean they found DNA, but it doesn't match anything. But that doesn't mean it's not the glove. Now, again, it could be anybody's glove. It might have been there for a long time, and it could be somebody who just dropped the glove, on the way to somewhere else. But still, they can use the DNA. The testing DNA stuff they can do now is amazing. They can tell your race. They can tell your ancestry. They can link you to 23andMe and all those DNA places to get your stuff, and link whether you're related to some other ancestor in another part of the country. And track it down that way. So I think there's stuff. I don't think they're telling us everything and they should not. By the way, there's no way that they should.
I don't think they have anything. I think they have no clue what's going on.
Well, I believe
it's becoming a circus because all the information emails are coming through TMZ,
and the guy's saying, he'll settle and come to me. Well, I mean, the whole thing's a nightmare. My own opinion is, I hope I'm wrong, is that she's in Mexico and she's dead. There's no way she could still be alive. And by the way, how come they didn't get their money by giving her offer of proof of life? They could have had the money by now. Why didn't they? The first day, they should have said, okay, give us a proof. Here she is, and work the deal. I mean, so it's all, the whole thing just doesn't make any sense. It's just a bad deal. There's no way she's still alive. 84 without her medicine for 2.5 weeks somewhere?
No.
They'd have to be taking really good care of her. I mean, who's going to take care? Kidnappers going to take care of that woman who's, half disabled and needs medicine. Oh my God! I mean, this is amazing. I don't know whether we'll ever find her or understand anything. I'm serious. This is a damnedest case of a public kidnapping that I can remember. I mean, we never hear about most kidnappings. You never hear about them.
How would they get her across the? Person that elderly
in a truck
back across the board.
Maybe they didn't care. Throw her in a trunk. If she lives, she lives. I mean, seriously, if they're kidnappers willing to steal a woman from her home who's 84 years old, they don't have any regard for life. Her life, certainly. Anyway, I hope I'm wrong. And this tranny thing, isn't it by this guy, this freaking Rhode Island tranny? But you've seen a picture of this guy, the video of this guy?
Freak.
Jesus. And he warned everybody. He said, he warned everybody. He complained, one of the other stories I had here, he complained about people complaining about trannies, and he said, yeah, you keep picking on us and see what happens to you. I mean, he warns people.
Who's picking on him?
Yeah, I know.
I'd ignore somebody like that. I wouldn't want to converse or get anywhere near somebody like that.
Nobody's picking on the trannies until you start shooting people. Then we say, oh, my God, stop shooting people. What's the matter with you? You're mentally ill.
Basically, they're projecting. They're accusing the other side of what they themselves are doing. They're the ones doing the murders. It's been 4 incidents in the last year and a half. Terrorism.
Yeah. And some Democrat, some liberal needs to step up. Somebody needs to step up because this is not real. This is.
They need help.
Yeah. And by the way, I heard the guys before us talk. Oh my God, we got a Flounders Funny by blowing the segment. We got time for one? I bet we have time for one. I think Flounder's funny. Here, we'll come back with this thing in a minute.
That's my job.
Here we go.
To teach my daughters there are no great guys. Yeah, I believe it. There's a lot of guys applauding that. You know, there's no great guys. If you think you're with a great guy tonight, you're not. Look, American men are as great as you're going to get. We fight for equality, and we push strollers. We wear diaper bags. We tell you we want equal pay. But keep in mind, it's an act. It's an act. Because inside all of us is a 16th century man who wants to burn the village to the ground. He's always in there. So just keep that in mind. If you have a man, you have a wild animal. This is a wild animal. So use him wisely. You're in control, so don't do stupid things with your man. Don't ask us to do certain things. Don't be stupid. Don't ask us to watch the children. What are you doing? We're not really watching the children. Not the way you watch the children. We watch them eat bottle caps and fall downstairs. And we laugh.
Is that Tosh? Is that Daniel Tosh?
No, it's Tom Papa.
Oh, Tom Papa. I get them confused. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder coming up on 4 o'clock. Herp, look out. We got so much more. Stand by.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
Red lines with Iran. I'm Chris Foster of Fox News. Vice President J.D. Vance says today's nuclear talks with Iran and Switzerland went well in some ways, and he tells Fox President Trump wants a solution through diplomacy or some other option.
The United States has certain red lines. Our primary interest here is we don't want Iran to get a nuclear weapon. We don't want nuclear proliferation. If Iran gets a nuclear weapon, there are a lot of other regimes, some friendly, some not so friendly, who would get nuclear weapons after them. That would be a disaster for the American people.
Both delegations in Switzerland report progress in today's talks. Congressional Democrats have sent a counteroffer, they say, for Republicans in the White House to end the partial government shutdown that started Saturday.
All of this drama playing out over Democratic demands for ICE reforms. But the DHS agencies who are actually paying the price right now have nothing to do with ICE. That includes FEMA, TSA, Coast Guard, and Secret Service. And ICE operations aren't even being impacted by this.
Fox's Bill Malugin has not announced what's in that counteroffer. It's been 17 days, and a possible clue in Today's Show co-host Savannah Guthrie's mother, Nancy's disappearance in Arizona, has not led to a suspect.
Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos tells Fox's Jonathan Hunt there were no hits in the FBI's database of DNA tested from gloves found about 2 miles away from Nancy Guthrie's home, or unknown DNA found inside the home, also noting both sets of DNA do not match.
No match to the DNA at the house.
So entirely separate DNA?
Correct.
Saying officials are working around the clock to find whoever is responsible, and he believes this was a targeted kidnapping.
We won't quit. We're going to keep after you. We will find you, and we'll find Nancy.
Explaining there was no indication that the 84-year-old was taken to Mexico, and again stressing the Guthrie family have been ruled out as suspects, saying they have been victimized. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
At least 4 people are killed, many more injured in a 30-vehicle pileup on Interstate 25 in Colorado. There was poor visibility. America's listening to Fox News.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Following the attacks on 9/11/01, FDNY firefighter Daniel Foley assisted in the rescue and recovery efforts at Ground Zero. Daniel spent months and months searching for victims. Now, Daniel's death was the direct result of 9/11-related cancer. He leaves behind his wife, Carrie, and their children. Tunnel to Towers paid the mortgage on the family's home. Join us. Donate $11 a month to the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Go to their website, the letter T, the number 2, the letter T.org.
Here we go now. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 106.3. How you doing? Now. Okie dokie. A little AC/DC here. Yes. 1975, they released their debut album, High Voltage. It featured a cover of Baby Please Don't Go, a blues song first recorded by Big Joe Williams, and She's Got Balls.
That's this track?
She's Got Balls, written about singer Bon Scott's ex-wife Irene. The first AC/DC song for which he wrote the lyrics. She's got big balls. She's got balls. Yeah, I know a woman like that once.
What?
Meanest woman I've ever known, but seriously. Kimber, Peyton Flounder, how's it going? Birthday list. Birthday list includes that snotty little Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton is 45 years old. If you Google her, it describes her as businesswoman, celebrity, and stuff like that. Paris Hilton is worth $400 million, says here. So I believe it. I believe it. And by the way, you could win a hell of a bar bet if you could figure this out the right way to say it. I remember the first time I realized this, and I remember we were, in fact, sharing it together probably on our podcast a few years ago. It occurred to me that Geronimo drove in an automobile.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, I remember the first time I heard that, I thought, wait a minute. I thought Geronimo was like, 1794 or 1861 or something like that. Geronimo, actually, on this day Geronimo on this day in 1909 was 79 years old. Indian Chief Geronimo on this day drank too much firewater, it says here, in Fort Sill, Oklahoma. He got hammered. He fell off his horse, caught pneumonia from lying outside all night, and died. Geronimo. There is a photograph, which I saw again today, double-checking this, a photograph of Geronimo taken in 1905 sitting behind the wheel of a Model C Locomobile in Oklahoma. Geronimo in a car, which is just amazing to me.
What did he say when he got behind the wheel?
He said, I'm going to Disney World. No, what did he say?
He said, Geronimo!
Geronimo! Thank you.
Is it time?
I think I said that after I jumped out of an airplane on my anniversary.
That's what you got to say.
Yeah, you want to do a cookie?
I couldn't remember the name of that damned Indian. Here's another punchline we can say.
Apache! No, silly.
Oh, these look good.
Now, Tiffany, I bought some Girl Scout cookies. So I bought 4 boxes from Tiffany, and this is the box of the, what are they, info something? What is
Explore Moors.
Explore Moors. And they have flounder.
There you go.
They
flounder.
have a Rocky Road ice cream flavor style with marshmallow and almond cream of some kind and chocolate.
Rocky Road inspired cookies, chocolate marshmallow, and toasted almond cream.
Okay, and we're going to try.
All right, here we go right now. It smells good. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, you're pretty good. Oh, yeah.
You're tasty.
The chocolate in the middle. These are pretty good.
A little dry for me.
They are dry. You need a lot of milk.
Well, the box cookies
This is something you want to dip in milk.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Or, have a pretty girl kiss it first or something. One of those.
These are good chocolate cookie right here. It's like an Oreo.
Yeah, it's a little dry, but they're very tasty. They taste fresh and
it's like a chocolate Oreo.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, I'd buy these.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. Well, there you are.
Well,
anyway, so we got
over here.
We got cookies. Help yourself. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. And again, just on this tranny thing, honestly, there's nothing right. There's nothing right to say about any of this. And I was mentioning before, I heard guys before us on the radio talking about whether they were taking the right medicine or over-medicating or under-medicating or not medicating. And I'm thought to myself, who says trannies are taking medicine? I don't know if any. I
think all of them are because they want to change. They're doing something to change into.
I don't know that. I don't have any.
Most of them are. They're not.
How do you know? Who has someone told you that? I've never read anything that said tranny. Well, first of all, when a guy and let's talk mostly guys becoming women. I don't think there are a lot of women.
Mainly the problem.
Mainly it's guys becoming women. Okay, so when a guy somehow discovers that he would rather be a girl Do you think that therefore he says, oh, gee, I want to be a girl, so I need to go to the doctor and get some medicine? Bull crap. He hides it, and then all of a sudden it comes out, and then he does his thing. I don't know if trannies ever go to the doctor to try to get help.
I think you're wrong there. I think they're all on something. They're trying to become something they're not, and they're using drugs. Because everybody in this country does drugs.
Well, again,
of some sort.
I think that's true. I take 6 pills a day. I mean,
we all do drugs.
Yeah. But my question is, in fact, do we have any healthcare people who would know the answer to this? In fact, maybe ask Grok. Oh, and Grok wouldn't know. My question really is, I mean, seriously, if you work with trannies or if you work in mental health industry and have information, I don't know. No one's ever said to me, I've never heard or read anything about how when a guy determines that he's a transsexual, what does he do? I don't know if anybody, and does someone make him go to the doctor? Do the family say you need help or something and they have to go? Are they on medication or not? I'll bet you that if you have 100 trannies in a room, I'll bet you 90 of them are on nothing. They're just living their lives.
I think it's the exact opposite. I think they all want an excuse to take something to make them more of a woman.
Well, okay. I think if they're on drugs, I don't think it's to make them more of a woman. I think it's to, I think it's, drugs to be high and goof around and stuff like that.
Maybe.
I don't. What drug is going to help you become a woman?
Estrogen?
Estrogen pills.
There's plenty of.
So, and what's the evidence that estrogen will cause you to start killing your own family?
It's an epidemic of the violence that's coming out of them.
So something's up. And again, I don't know.
It's the media telling them they're all victims. Democrats telling they're victims. And everybody's out to get you, and they're trying to kill you, and they're lynching you, chasing you through the streets when none of that is happening.
Somebody in the Democrat Party, somebody in the liberal socialist section of this America has to start standing up and saying, okay, now wait a minute.
Fetterman has.
Yeah. Well, but nobody's listening to him. And we don't need to because we already know you're sick. You need help. And again, for the record, I feel bad if you're a transsexual, I feel bad for you. It must be a nightmare.
Going on.
It must be a nightmare getting up every day and being pissed off at who you are.
I think a lot of them are pissed off about who they are to begin with, and they think, well, it's because I'm a man. I'm not really making it as a man. I'm having too much trouble, so I must be a woman, and that's why I'm having. They're blaming something else for their own problems.
And again, I don't have the answer to this, but I don't know whether the tranny thing is really gayness that has a wrong way of coming out. Is there a link? Do we even know? Have there been studies about whether they're really just gay and they don't know what to do with it?
The gender dysphoria in children turns out by the time they're 17, 18, or 19 that they are gay and they're more comfortable with their bodies by that time and they realize they're gay. That's part of the problem as children. Now, this guy, I don't know, when did he start doing it? In his 20s, 30s?
I don't know.
He had a family. His father had like 6 kids.
Yeah. And by the way, he was so freaking flamboyant. I mean, look at the videos. It's like he was, deliberately being provocative and out and big and noisy and big burly Nazi tattoos and, shirt off everywhere and God.
I think it's causing a copycat. Someone just posted a video. Torrance, California. A little girl calls her dad at work and says there's somebody trying to break into the house. The dad comes home and sees a guy in a dress trying to break in the house. I think he beat the crap out of him.
Was that the video?
That's the video I showed you where the police showed up and someone's going, I think you picked the wrong house, dude. And he's screaming, help me, help me. Well, then don't try and break into somebody's house. You're lucky you're alive.
Yeah, it would have had a different result, I think, if it had been me.
Anywhere outside of Torrance, California.
My little kid driving.
You're not breathing.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, and again, I don't have the answer.
It's attention. Also, a lot of them are narcissists. The ones who want to play in sports, women's sports, they like beating up women, physically like beating up women, and they like to beat women because they're failed as men and can't beat men.
And by the way, this is the platform of temporary interim Senator John Ossoll running for re-election again, who is totally in support of men playing in girls' sports and men wearing dresses and going around like this. Senator John Ossoll is completely in favor of trannies being any way they want to be and taking over girls' locker rooms and bathrooms and sitting next to them in the freaking bathroom stall.
Yeah, he's either voted or refused to vote to stop it.
Yeah. And that's the guy who wants to be continue to be your senator.
And who is this guy? Do we still know? Anybody know who this guy is?
He's a trust fund baby.
He's been a senator.
Documentary
We have no clue who this guy is.
Yeah. Hollywood money came in to make him a senator. It worked. Here, Georgia. Typical Georgia. 2
carpetbagger
socialist senators. Yeah. 413. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Everything's going to be fine.
One of them's a fraud. We know that.
God. Yeah. Here we go.
It's time for the Bortz Report, exclusively on Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station, Extra 106.3.
Well, the Nancy Guthrie saga has been going on for, about 2 weeks now? And it is a part of virtually every newscast on TV. And who couldn't predict this? It's causing some grumbling among the dumb masses, grumbling to the effect that maybe we're paying too much attention to this because Savannah Guthrie is white and her mother is white. Who didn't know it was eventually going to go there? Now, not a lot of agitators are saying this, but I've been seeing the posts. It's all about white supremacy. This story is getting so much attention because of white supremacy. No, it's getting a lot of attention because the news outlets, the rag mags, the TV networks, the newspapers, they are in business to make money. They make money by getting listeners and viewers and selling newspapers. To do that, they have to provide a product the public actually wants. And right now, the public wants news about Nancy Guthrie. And it would be a foolhardy news outlet to say, look, we've given this enough coverage and we need to focus on what we think is important rather than what our customers want. If this goes on long enough, we're going to see the left start demanding equitable news coverage. What is equitable news coverage? That would be where the subjects of news coverage are proportional to the ethnic populations of the newspaper or TV show in that area. Trust me, the people of this country are just that stupid. Well, some of them. Neil Bortz, Extra 106.3.
Ain't nothing beats the cozy comfort of a warm fireplace on a cool Georgia night. Tug here for Chimney Solutions. But before you light that fire, make sure the chimney's clean, safe, and ready with my friends at Chimney Solutions. Atlanta's trusted chimney experts for over 25 years. Did you know that a dirty and damaged chimney could lead to dangerous carbon monoxide leaks or even chimney fires? Don't take that chance. Chimney Solutions certified technicians use state-of-the-art equipment to ensure your home and family are protected. They also specialize in gas log conversion, fireplace remodeling, and energy-efficient chimney caps that keep pests and rain out and heat in. From cozy cottages to luxurious homes, thousands of Atlantans trust Chimney Solutions to keep the heart of their home burning bright. Visit chimneysolutions.com to read actual customer testimonials. chimneysolutions.com. Chimney Solutions, keeping Georgia homes safe, warm, and beautiful for over 25 years.
Well, it's Heart Health Month, February, still the month of February. And, of course, heart problems don't really care what the calendar says. And we all know somebody with a heart issue, maybe like a heart attack like yours truly, or a parent or you with a family or whatever. We all know the whole deal. And if you have health insurance, you think you're probably covered. Okay, well, you are, unless something bad happens. And this goes for strokes, too, which is not a heart thing. It's a brain thing. But anyway, heart attack or a stroke, staring at all kinds of problems with deductibles and missing paychecks and stuff. Well, here's the deal. You now have an opportunity for a separate heart and stroke plan. It can pay a lump sum cash benefit on a first covered event up to $75,000. Paid directly to you. Benefits vary by plan and eligibility, usually affordable. I don't know about this stuff. I'm just passing this along, but I know who does. That's my buddy Steven, the health insurance doctor. He's got the details. It's going to take you about 2 minutes. Call him on the phone. Check it out. Health Insurance Doctor, 678-523-0759. 678-523-0759. Ask about heart and stroke coverage. HealthInsuranceDoctor.net.
So you got into an argument. Things got heated. Then a fight broke out, and it landed you in jail. Now what? You need A Second Chance bail bonds. They can get you or your loved one out of jail quickly, in most cases, in a few hours. So make the right call. A Second Chance bail bonds. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call 404-BAIL-OUT. That's 404-BAIL-OUT or online at atlbail.com.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Kawasaki.
When we're busy outside working this spring, no one wants their mower to stop halfway through cutting a lawn or their trimmer to cut off right at the end of the day. That's why Howard Brothers trusts Kawasaki Genuine Parts. Their quality parts make all the difference. Whether you're gearing up for a busy season or tuning your machines for peak performance, Kawasaki's parts keep your engines running stronger, longer. Find your Kawasaki parts at Howard Brothers today.
Thousands of veterans across Georgia are missing out on the benefits they've earned through their service. The Warrior Alliance is changing that by connecting veterans and their families to life-changing resources and support. Tune into the Warrior Alliance Network, our podcast and radio show dedicated to helping veterans succeed after service. Join us every Saturday at 11 a.m. on 106.3 to hear inspiring veteran stories, discover free programs, and learn about career opportunities available to you. Subscribe to the Warrior Alliance YouTube channel today.
The North Country. The Girl from the North Country.
Great song.
Yeah. Bob Dylan and Johnny Cash. 1969. Went to Nashville, recorded Girl from the North Country.
A true love of mine.
This track appeared on Dylan's Nashville Skyline album, 69.
His solo version is better.
I don't think I remember his solo version. Anyway, Johnny Cash and Bob Dylan together is kind of interesting, no matter what. All right, boys. To the phones. Martin's on the radio. Hey, Martin, how you doing, man? What's up?
Good, Kim. The issue with Savannah Guthrie, Nancy Guthrie.
Yeah.
I'm still on it. If it's not family, it's right next to the family. That's who I think's involved. But yeah, it's been playing out too long.
What? But what's the motive? I mean, is it a kidnapping or it could? Why would a kidnapping or a burglary gone wrong, and she caught him, and he had to take her so she wouldn't identify? I don't get it. Nothing makes any sense.
I think it was a genuine kidnapping that just went awry. And if her health was genuinely as bad as they say, now, was it bad because of all the drugs she was on, or was it actually bad?
Yeah, I don't know.
But, no telling there. But I still think it's family or very close to. But more importantly, let's get back on the subject of women with wood.
Yes, yes, please.
Yes, of course. Checking the wife in at the dentist. One of the dental colleges, and she went into the ladies' room.
Yeah.
And so I went up to the counter to check her in.
Yeah.
And introduced myself as if I was her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was classic.
And how did they react to you, Martin?
Well, you could see the woman's eyes get big, And,
yes, I'm Mary Lou Smith, and I'm here for my appointment. Excuse me?
Yeah, exactly. And anyhow, so checking out, the two of us walked up to the counter and said, you thought I was a tranny, didn't you?
Well, she's probably too shocked to say anything. Anyway, I don't know.
She finally admitted it, but it was pretty funny.
There you go. All right, Martin, I got to go. You're killing me. Thanks, man. It's always a pleasure talking about. Again, I this whole tranny, I don't know whether they're taking medicine or not. I think if you're a tranny, you're a tranny. I don't think a tranny gets up and says, well, I think I'd go see if the doctor, if I can get some pills that'll help me be more feel like, I don't know.
I couldn't agree.
I think it's all mentally.
More.
Well, yeah, you could be right. Again, I don't know. I'm telling you, I have no idea. I don't know whether a tranny, by definition, is almost automatically always going to go to get help at the doctor to get medicine to be more of a tranny. I don't know. Or why would they?
Why would they put makeup on?
I don't know.
Look more like a woman.
Well, I know, but it doesn't mean that. I don't know. I'm just telling you. I don't know whether if the issue is a drug overdose or a mismatched drug system that makes them go crazy. That's an important thing to know. But I don't think there's any evidence of that, and no one's ever said anything about trannies that has been abused.
I hate to bring up the pedophile, but it just reminded me of a Woody Allen movie. Everything you need to know about sex, but we're afraid to ask.
Yeah.
Lou Jacoby, the actor, they go over to meet
the sperm. Or
their daughter and son are getting married. So he goes over to meet the future in-laws, and he goes upstairs to use the bathroom, and he sneaks into their bedroom and starts trying on the women's clothing.
I forgot all
and
that
gets caught up there, so has to climb out the window. It's a very funny scene. I
don't remember. I guess I totally forgot. But I remember him dressed up as wasn't he like a zygote or something for a while or something?
Oh, they dressed up as sperm, and Burt Reynolds was one of the sperm.
Oh, God.
Yeah. They dressed up, debating how they were going to go.
Oh, man. Brutal. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? Our birthday, I didn't give you a birthday here. I got to give you a birthday.
I'll give us.
Let's do that. Let's do a birthday of Richard Karn. Richard Karn is 70.
Oh, boy.
You know him as Tim Allen's assistant Al Borland on Home Improvement and one of the many former hosts of Family Feud. Richard Karn.
And back in the day, he came on your show one day, and everybody started saying, gosh, you look just like Pete. And I got in there, and by God, we did look like each other back in the, it was the 90s.
Jeez, I
or early
totally
2000s. Early 2000s.
Entirely.
In fact, he signed something. I think Wayne got him to sign something to me.
Wait, no offense. I'll be damned. Cool. I did a little texting with the Fuzz today. In fact, it just pops up on my text once in a while. Yeah.
So you're going to come in and visit?
Well, I hope so. That'd be fun.
That would be
always
fun.
Always be a pleasure. And we can tell the story about him getting tased live on my radio show.
We've heard that story.
Yeah. I wouldn't do it.
No,
I mean, that was part of their
can't
training
do
to be
it.
a cop. To be trained, you get tased.
Both of us would be dead.
Yeah. Well, Navy SEALs drown. Do you know that?
Oh, yeah.
When you train to be a Navy SEAL, they drown you.
No, I don't think that's true.
They let you drown, and so you know what it's like when you're going to drown.
Because
and they bring you back to life.
They can't bring. Not everybody comes back to life.
Right. Well, that's the way it goes.
I don't think they put all that time and effort
They
to train
let you drown,
and then
bring
kill
you back
you
to life.
intentionally.
They let you drown and bring you
Is
back
that
to
true?
life.
Well, put that out there in the
There you
universe. Is that true? Because it
Navy
seems
SEALs.
that's a lot of money wasted. If you
It seemed like a lot of money.
2 out of 10 don't come back.
Well, I'm telling you that when they do that stuff, they get to the point where they're actually drowning, and then they're rescued and brought back to full goodness.
That's another movie, The Sphere.
Let them know.
Where Ed Harris brings back Master Antangelo, whatever her name was, after he lets her die.
Yeah. There you are. Anyway. Okay, 426 almost here with the Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder already. Holy cow. Let's do this, Flounder. Let's play Donald Trump. This is cool. Again, the world is talking about Ocasio Bang Bangio Stupidio and the embarrassment that she caused herself and the Democrat Party. She apparently spent months preparing for the German town hall seminar the last couple of days and looked like a complete boob and idiot. And the same with Governor Newsom, too, who shows up like a freaking empty shirt actor. Well, Donald Trump had a little something to say about that, Flounder. Here's the President of the United States on those two idiots over in Germany the other day.
By the way, I watched AOC answering questions in Munich. This was not a good look with the United States. I watched Gavin Newsom answering questions in Munich, and this was a bad look for our country. These two people are incompetent. And at least Hillary's competent. She's just Trump deranged. She was so deranged. She is an angry woman, but I watched the other two speaking and answering basic questions. Look, Gavin has destroyed California, and AOC, I never heard her speak very much, and they started answering questions. She had no idea what was happening. She had no idea how to answer, very important questions concerning the world. But she can't answer questions concerning New York City either, because New York City has got some problems.
Well, hell, her district in New York City is a bunch of hookers and slums and drug dealers.
Has she done something to improve it?
No.
Oh.
That's her district. In fact, just the other day, Fox did a little walkthrough to show how bad it is in the people she represents. and what conditions they live in. By the way, Newscomb has been a third appearance now at a major international conference in the last few months. Number 3, he's running for president. And he's going to be their top guy. And anyway, so here we go. And the more they, honestly, every politician should use that business of her over there in Germany of stumbling and bumbling.
New York Times has already called him a bad candidate.
He's horrible.
So.
And again, when you
Stephen
see
A.
him,
Smith.
Yeah.
Tell me.
There's no. Oh my God! Can you imagine if Stephen A. Smith?
What's the difference between him and Trump? They're both multi-million-dollar businessmen.
Well, he's got nothing to lose, but again,
one's black, one's white.
Yeah, but again,
that's a good point.
And of course, in America, we'll never elect a black president twice by white people. So that's it really kills me.
Well, Stephen A. would be the first real black
black guy. Yeah, that's true. Who didn't hate his country? I don't think he hates his country.
I don't think.
I think he's an old-fashioned liberal. Honestly,
capitalist.
I think he's more of. I think he's like a Kennedy capitalist.
He calls himself a centrist.
Yeah, well, which is fine. If you identify yourself that way, that means you can be that, and you're not disappointing anybody. If you say it out loud, then they can't complain about you if you've done the right thing in the middle, which is mostly what happens today. But again, Kennedy said what's good for business is good for America.
GM or Ford?
Yeah.
Who did he say it for?
He said it for GM, but again, the theme was if it's good for business, it's good for our country. And he said what's good for General Motors is good for America, is what the original quote was, too. Anyway, all right, 429 already. Holy cow. Let's see. Here we go. John Ossow, once again, is defending illegal immigrants in this country. Senator John Ossow, the interim temporary senator for Georgia, believes that we should open the borders, and he believes that all those people that they sneaked in here by the millions, like 15 or 20 million, should all be made American citizens so they can vote. And this is in fact, he supports this guy named Oscar Vasquez Lopez of Guatemala, who was in Savannah the other day, and the ICE agents tried to arrest him because he's illegal, and he knew it, and he got in his car, and they pulled him over in a traffic stop, seeing him get in the car. He complied and then took off, fled the scene, made a reckless U-turn, ran a red light, collided with a vehicle, and killed Dr. Linda Davis, a teacher at Herman Hesse K-8 School in Savannah. Killed her. An illegal alien running from ICE. Why was he running from ICE? Because of you, John Osshole. Because you and your freaking Democrats told him to run. You told him they were out to get you. You told him the Nazis were coming for him. You told him they're killing people and kidnapping people and families in the middle of the dark and wearing masks and taking them to nowhere. That's what you said. You caused this. You caused those people to be here, and you caused that guy to run because he was afraid that the Nazis were going to come and get him. You dirty, rotten slime bag. Senator John Osshole. Shame on you. You ought to freaking resign. Defends open borders, defends trannies, like the guy who murdered his freaking family. That's okay with John Osshole. Yeah, the man has the right to be a tranny. He ought to be able to take a pee next to a girl in a bathroom. How about that? Senator John Osshole for America. God, yeah, honest to God, you pencil-neck little scumbag.
Who is he? You don't know who he is.
Those scumbags.
He's a white Obama wannabe. If you listen to him talk and his mannerisms, he talks just like Obama.
I never hear him. I never see him anywhere. I never see him do anything.
That's how he stayed out. Yeah, that's how he's still there.
He's the Joe Biden of Georgia politics.
Yeah.
They've hidden him.
Remember we used to have like Talmadge and Sam Nunn. Those guys did stuff.
Richard
they were in
Russell.
the news. Richard
you
Russell.
Knew who
they
he was.
The Congress. Yeah, right. They have buildings named after him. Anyway,
so real quick before we go to break, Mayor Mandami is saying if Governor Hochul doesn't allow New York City to raise taxes on corporations, he's going to have to raise the property taxes to New York homeowners to 9.5%.
Yeah, I saw that. Almost 10% raise, but they're going to love that. But you asked for it. They voted for him. Screw them. I hope they... Yeah, good. Wait till all the foreclosures start. And the banks start taking your home back. Good for you, you idiots. I mean, seriously, stupid idiots.
Idiots.
Yeah, 432. Kimmer P. Flash. Sorry, I made me to yell there. Look at that.
Quit yelling at me.
I'm yelling.
The Morning Extra, Neil Bortz, and The Kimmer Show are all online for you anytime at thepodcastpark.com. Plus all of Extra's exclusive podcasts like Ben Burnett, Janelle King, and so much more. All at thepodcastpark.com. Presented by Associated Credit Union.
Well, they got those sales going, sales and rebates and all kinds of special deals at Atlanta Safe House. And, I keep that. My kids now know where my medical records are, and because I didn't have them down in Florida, and Biden VA screwed me out of stuff. But it's my fault because I didn't have the records to prove it, and they gave me a bunch of, anyway, whatever. Well, don't let that happen to you. And my kids now know where to find medical records and my living will, which is pretty important. Especially, I just had a little kind of a health scare thing, and I got all the new medical records and stuff where, they can find them if they need them. And, insurance policies and real estate deals and marriage and divorce papers, all this stuff. Plus guns and rifles and pistols and long guns and teeny guns. And they got like 500 safes up there, Mark was telling me. And they got more like Browning and Fort Knox than anybody in this whole part of the freaking country. And they can build you a vault door. They have safes for bows and arrows, for jewelry and special hidden drawers. They barrel racks and long guns and file organizers. They really take care of business. And by the way, Mark and the guys up there, I pride the whole family business. Again, love family businesses. They take care of your rights as well as your stuff. Nobody's getting your master reset code. Deals all over the place. Tell them the Kimmer sent you. Union Hill Road in Alpharetta. AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
Matt, where does confidence actually come from?
Well, Brooke, most people think it's about faking it or achieving more. But real confidence starts with something simpler, self-awareness.
So how do you know if you're self-aware? And more importantly, how do you increase it?
That's where our image process comes in at howpeopleseeyou.com.
Is that the same process made famous by casting director Sam Christensen from MASH?
Yeah, and today it's helping corporate professionals show up with clarity and authenticity. Because confidence starts when who you are matches how you're seen. Learn more at howpeopleseeyou.com and sign up for a free preview event. That's howpeopleseeyou.com.
Hi, I'm Chris Lalamia, owner of the Trusted Toolbox. Are home repairs piling up? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Relax. We've got you covered. From drywall dings and leaky faucets to deck repairs and trim replacement, we're your one-stop shop for everything for your home needs. No more juggling multiple contractors. Just call us at the Trusted Toolbox and we'll handle it. Your home deserves the best, and we don't want you breaking your back trying. Call the Trusted Toolbox today at 770-623-3097 or visit us at thetrustedtoolbox.com. The Trusted Toolbox, your one-stop shop for home repairs and more.
Time now for the Retire Wise Report. James Parker here with financial advisor Sean Maloney, founder and CEO of Retire Wise. The big question for many of our listeners as they approach retirement is, will I be okay in retirement? Sean, how do you help someone figure out if they've saved enough to be comfortable?
Great question. There's a lot of different aspects to this, but the biggest thing is looking at risk. Look, there's a lot of different risks to your money, like market risk. There's healthcare costs, inflation, and taxes. All those need to be accounted for. Many people worry if they've saved enough. Am I going to outlive my money? Strategies to help preserve your wealth can be more important than the dollar amount that you saved. Get an analysis of your situation to help you get that clarity that you need.
Tell us about the offer you have for listeners.
If you're worried about if you'll be okay for retirement, you probably don't have a plan. You might not even know what I mean when I'm talking about, do you have a retirement plan? Well, we have a great resource for you guys. We have what's called the Retire Happy Framework Toolkit, and you can get that by calling or texting WISE to 770-802-2200. My team helped me put this thing together just for you, and it's a complimentary guide. And the center of this is a copy of my latest book, The Priority of Retirement. It has chapters from everything from investments to Social Security, income planning, and has other guides that go along with it as well, with some checklists in regards to all those different strategies and topics as well. So if you want to get that information in your hands today, call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. That's 770-802-2200.
Take advantage of this offer. Get your Retire Happy Framework today. Like Sean said, just text WISE to 770-802-2200. The team at Retire Wise will get you your Retire Happy Framework right away. So just call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. Investment advisory services made available through AE Wealth Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Here we
Welcome to the Kimmer Show halftime update. Let's check in with Pete and the scoreboard. Stories prepared
stories that
versus
happened
stories actually covered.
Changed during the beginning of the day.
Got the abacus out there to figure this one out.
Put the little bead over on the side there.
Of the 11 stories.
Yes, 11 a.m.
You saddled Flounder with this morning.
I did, yes.
And only because you just did 2 in the last 3 minutes.
There you are.
You have done 4.
Oh, my God.
You did 2 in the last.
Well, there's just stuff happens. 537, get 5. 437, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 404.
Is it 537
I was
already?
hoping. 404-741-1230. 741-1230 on 106.3. Rene Russo's birthday. Rene Russo, 72. Known for the Thomas Crown affair with one of the guys. The guy was James
Pierce
Bond,
Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan. Also in The Line of Fire with Clint Eastwood. I was on the other night. I just watched that. Tin Cup with Kevin Costner and Major League with what's his name there, guy? Major Stars.
Tom Berenger.
I never thought she was in any way a sex object. She's not attractive to me.
I thought she's attractive, but not someone I would go for.
I never thought that she was in any way like, boy, you knock out there all trying to have sex with.
I thought she was kind of hot in Tin Cup. I thought she did well.
She was cool. I mean, I liked her character.
Her
was
character
cool.
was great.
Yeah. And her little friend, the girl with the black hair, the Mexican girl, had the Mexican boy, was Cheech and Chong's date girl there. Who's the other girl? The other girl was in the movie.
Cheech Marin
and the woman, the girlfriend of Rene Russo.
I don't remember
in the movie.
her.
Yeah, she had black hair and a little bow in her hair, and she was real kind of country.
Rosie.
I don't remember, but she was cool.
Was she in White Men Can't Jump?
I don't know. Anyway. Okay. For the record. Okay, and we got a little history thing here for you. Mm-hmm. On this day, 1995, you may have heard of random acts of kindness, where people simply do something for someone else, usually strangers, as a way of just being kind. The official day began Random Act of Kindness Day on this day in 1995 and now is on for a full week's celebration. Quote, it's simply an opportunity to leave the world better than we found it and inspire others to do the same, says Random Acts of Kindness Foundation. We believe that have a foundation. We believe in the power of kindness to improve the way people see and experience the world and provide a digital platform and free resources to empower individuals, communities, and schools to take action. Well, I helped a lady. I went to the public store today to get some cash. I got a bundle of weapons coming in later. Anyway, whatever. Anyway, so I was at Publix, and there was a lady there who had unpacked her car, and I took her shopping cart back for her to take it.
I did that the other day.
So she didn't have to do it. I always do that.
Yeah.
I always do.
I'll take your cart.
And I always put mine back where it goes in the rack, too. I never just leave it there somewhere. Anyway. Oh, by the way, Chet, did we just talk about illegal AMA? This illegal guy killed a woman, a doctor, a woman teacher in Savannah.
A black woman teacher.
Woman, yeah. Uh-huh.
If I was Republican, I'd be saying to African Americans, look, they're killing you too.
Yeah. You don't really care about these people doing this to yourselves? Well, a senator also believes in nationalizing all those illegals and opening up the borders. It's just astounding. And now guess what? Here we go again. A federal judge has ordered a migrant deported in error free from ICE. Here's the story. A federal judge today blocked Donald Trump from re-arresting the Maryland man. Remember the original one, the Salvadoran immigrant Abrego Garcia? In federal custody, they want to rearrest him, an update that comes days before he's slated to appear in Nashville for a court date on a different crime. District Judge Paula Ixnis, Xinis, who knows, agreed to make her previous emergency order blocking ICE from re-detaining him into a longer-term form of injunctive relief sought by his lawyers, so they can't have him rearrested by ICE. She said, Donald Trump failed to provide the court with any good reason to believe they plan to remove him to a third country reasonably in the future. Instead, she says they made this is a judge on Donald Trump, they made one empty threat after another to remove him to countries in Africa with no real chance of success. So now he can, this guy Garcia, the Maryland man, who's, by the way, a freaking gangster who has his own gang name. Okay? The wife beater.
Yeah.
He's participating in a hearing in Nashville next week on whether another federal judge should dismiss his criminal case entirely. Guess why? On the grounds of Donald Trump being vindictive and selective in prosecution. Oh, my God. The government, they said, has done nothing to show the court that this guy's Garcia continued detention in ICE is consistent with due process. How about that he's illegally here and he's a gangbanger?
Domestic.
How about those two things? Domestic violence. He's broken the law while he was here. Wasn't this guy was transporting a human transporter? Mm-hmm. He's a smuggler. Mm-hmm. Oh, my God. And she says respondents have done nothing to show that Garcia's continued detention in ICE is consistent with due process. There was a list of Donald Trump's efforts to take him away and a list of 4 African nations called third world countries. He was detained by ICE in December. She ordered his release. And now that Homeland Security didn't respond to Fox News request for refused to prosecute, I beg your pardon. She said the Trump administration refused to procure Garcia's immediate removal to Costa Rica. He had identified as his preferred third country of removal. And she said attempted phantom removals by the government to send him to a third or maybe fourth African nation. What the hell has this got to do with anything? Man ought to be in prison.
Yeah.
He got caught driving the car, no license, no luggage, like 4 or 5 guys in the back, that he was human smuggling across the border, and he got caught. Okay, nothing happened. He got detained by ICE, and now he's been the subject. He went to El Salvador. They brought him back. This is a nightmare. That guy, Judge Boasberg, who's still doing it again, the same thing to Donald Trump. This is unbelievable.
Democrats fighting to keep him in the country.
Holy
not
crap.
you, not protect you, this guy.
To keep him here and safe and free. And now they want to dismiss all the charges against him anyway. Because it's, vindictive.
Don't hire him.
Vindictive.
Nobody
He's a
hire him.
Gangbanger. He's oh my God.
And he beat his wife.
A wife beater, illegally, and a human trafficker. They caught a human trafficker.
It just goes to show they don't care about society or this country. All they care about is the Democratic Party. They're like the Communist Party. All they care about is their party.
It's Trump hating. It's all hate. Again, I can't imagine doing this under. I mean, what other president would this be?
I think their number one thing is their party. That's the only thing that they're loyal
that's
to.
That's true. That's overwhelmingly that's true. But
they
I think
hated
it's all,
Bush. Now they love Bush because he sides with them on a lot of stuff.
This is just automatic. Everything that happens is automatic. That they're going to fight it and make it
well,
miserable.
The thing is, anybody we elect in Congress or the president has no power. It's all the federal judges have all the power now.
Judge Fair.
So, seriously, is that who we're going to let run the country?
Outrageous. Seriously, outrageous.
It's tyrannical.
She has ordered him to not be detained by ICE again, so he's free to testify and have his case entirely dismissed because they say Trump is vindictive. Dear God. They're asking for it. They're really asking for it. Anyway, all right.
There's no repercussion for an out-of-control judgeship.
I know. It's brutal. And if they don't impeach him, they'll never get. They're lifelong judges. Do they take? Well, I don't know what level district judges are they. I don't know if they're appointed for life. I think all district judges appointed for life, or do they have terms? I don't know. I should know that.
You should know that.
I should. I'm going to ask Grok when we come back. Right. Hey, Grok. 4:45. Look out. We got it all.
If Minnesota has shown us anything, it's that the left will side with rioters over America. The real immigration crisis is inside blue cities, whose years of soft-on-crime, open border policies are now colliding with public safety. Atlanta's conservative news and talk station won't be swayed by headwinds of left-wing media. We'll always give you the facts from the most trusted voices in the country. Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
Hey, it's Drake Baldwin. Everyone knows my winning team on the field, but when there's no hot water, I need a win at my home base. When it comes to plumbing, my winning team is Superior. Superior Plumbing is there whenever I need a leak repaired, toilet replaced, or a water heater installed. For over 40 years, they've been Atlanta's go-to plumbers. And Superior is still locally owned. For Superior, there's no job too small.
For Superior, the honest one, call 770-422 Plum.
Hello.
Hey, is this Mike Fitzgerald?
No, I think you have the wrong number. Wish I could help you.
Well, you could if you were Mike Fitzgerald.
Who is Mike Fitzgerald?
Mike Fitzgerald is the only realtor I'll talk to because he can sell my house fast for a great price and even in this market.
Yeah, I'm definitely not Mike Fitzgerald.
Oh, I figured that out because Mike Fitzgerald would have sold my house already.
Need to sell your home? You need Mike Fitzgerald from the Harry Norman Realtors team, exclusive Georgia members of Forbes Global Properties. Learn more at MikeFitzgeraldRealty.com. That's where you'll find Mike Fitzgerald.
Big moments deserve big-time craftsmanship. At Solomon Brothers Jewelers, we've been family-owned and operated since 1982 because we know what it means to show up when it counts. Jaron Solomon here, and that's why we're proud to be an official Tacori jeweler. Each Tacori ring is handcrafted in California, going through 20 elite artisans before it hits your hands. Not mass-produced, not generic, always personal. And with Solomon Brothers, you get lifetime cleanings, unbeatable financing, and the largest Tacori selection in Georgia. Stop by a store in Buckhead, Alpharetta, or Sharpsburg. Visit SolomonBrothers.com to book your private appointment. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, where love is in the details and legends are built to last. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs and official jeweler of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets.
Hi, it's Los, here with Tom Mitchell, the honest car guy. Tom, you are changing the way people are buying their next pre-owned car or truck. How are you doing it?
We found a better way for customers to buy a car, an honest way, a very transparent way. You pay what we pay plus our honest fee. We even prove it to you by giving you a copy of the bill of sale at the end of the deal. The honest car guy, you'll save an average of $5,000 to $10,000 depending on the price of the car.
Folks, if you want to save thousands on your next pre-owned car or truck, call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or honestcarguy.com.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-690-6464. That's 800-690-6464. Again, that's 800-690-6464.
You've worked hard to build your investments, but are they positioned the right way from a tax perspective? Because it's not just what you make, it's what you keep. Hi, I'm David Nicholas, president of Nicholas Wealth Management. Many investors don't realize that their portfolios may be creating unnecessary tax exposure. Capital gains, required minimum distributions, inefficient account placement can quietly reduce your returns, especially as you approach retirement. At Nicholas Wealth Management, we help clients evaluate whether their investments are structured in a tax-efficient way, looking beyond performance to understand how taxes impact income today and your legacy tomorrow. Are your assets in the right accounts? Are there opportunities to reduce further tax liability? Is your strategy aligned with your long-term retirement goals? Call Nicholas Wealth Management today, 678-990-8500. Schedule a complimentary review. That's 678-990-8500 or visit nicholaswealth.com. Nicholas Wealth Management, helping you keep more of what you've worked so hard to build.
Nicholas Wealth Management is an independent financial services firm. This is for informational purposes only and is not specific investment advice.
Radio. This is hysterical. Hold everything. All right, 451. Here we go. Now, this is the unusual Beatles, not the regular Kimmer Beatles. There we go. 1967, the Beatles started recording the new John Lennon song "Being" for the benefit of Mr. Kite or Kyle. Kite, yeah. Abbey Road, they recorded it, 67. John's lyrics for the song came almost entirely from an antique poster featuring a circus performance scheduled to take place in Lancaster, Rockdale. They got too many freaking names in your towns over in Britain. That was in 1843, a poster for the circus. And so John Lennon bought the poster. And the Beatles were on location for the filming of Strawberry Fields Forever promotional film, was where he bought the poster and made the song for that. Anyway, 1967. And let's see, birthday list. Rory Kinnear is 48. Rory Kinnear played the Prime Minister Nicole Trowbridge on The Diplomat. M's Chief of Staff, Bill Tanner, in the Bond movie, Skyfall and Spectre, and No Time to Die. And Frankenstein's monster, John Clare, in Penny Dreadful.
It is his Frankenstein is one of the best Frankensteins I've ever seen. And the recent one they just did is the guy's up for an Academy Award.
Yeah.
It was also well done.
Yeah. Rory Kinnear's the name, 48.
Penny Dreadful was a great show.
Yeah, I didn't see
it. It didn't end very well, but it still was a great show.
Oh, my goodness. I did his birthday. And on this day in history, let's see, it was 1972. A crowd at London's Rainbow Theatre heard Pink Floyd play Dark Side of the Moon for the first time. Rainbow Theatre, London, 1972. The album was released a year later and stayed on the charts for 303 weeks. The longest charting rock album in the history of Billboard magazine.
They wouldn't do that now because they'd be afraid someone would steal the music.
Well, really? Was that
someone probably would steal, a riff or something from it.
Wow, unbelievable.
Hey, you don't want to know this, but
what's that? Oh! By the way, hey, Flounder, before you eat the rest of that cookie, Flounder got a pack of. I bought 4 boxes of cookies from Tiffany for Girl Scout cookies for her sweet daughter, and this one brand called a normal brand, Explore-Mores, and they're chocolate creamy with almond cream and marshmallows and a chocolate crust, kind of like a Oreo cookie, but chocolate in every way. And Pete Davis has what is this thing you got there?
It's called Yuka. Y-U-K-A. It's an app.
It's an app, and it does what?
You scan a barcode, and it's addictive. You'll be walking down any aisle at Kroger or Walmart, and you're zapping all the food.
What's the name of this thing?
Some of it will shock you. Y-U-K-A.
Y-U-K-A.
It's an app. It's free.
It's a free app, okay.
And you zap it, and it'll tell you the nutritional value. It will also give you alternatives that are better for you.
Just by taking a picture? You don't even take a picture, just hold it up, right?
Just scan the barcode.
Okay. And what does this show about this new cookie we just got? Between 0 and 100, the cookies are whatever you scan is ranked on its nutritional value. So I'm guessing this cookie, it's got almond in it. So I'm guessing with almond is a nut. So I'm guessing it's probably a 60 out of 100 for nutritional value. What would you guess, Flounder?
Flounder, how about you?
Flounder's in the back.
What nutritional value would you give this? 100 being the best.
I'll give it a 5.
A 5? It's a 0.
A 0.
Yeah.
It's got, and they'll tell you, additives, saturated fat, calories, sugar, and sodium. And it says you can get the double chocolate oat cookies. Some of these are kind of hard to find, like Aldi's type stuff.
Yeah.
But some of them are just like something else there you can find there on the shelf that are a little better for you.
So it gives you alternatives.
All of those cookies are zeros. I guarantee you. Almost everything on the cookie aisle is a 0.
All right. Now, again, this app is called Y-U-K-A. Yuka, whatever. Yuka. And it's a free app, and you open it in your phone.
Lisa says, I've got it. It's addictive. It's right. You will seriously walk down aisles and do everything and laugh at it.
That's pretty funny.
Because some of it will shock you how good it is or how bad it is. Things you think are healthy, like granola bars, horrible. They're candy bars.
Really?
They're candy bars.
See, I would know.
Oats are bad for you. Oats are for horses.
Oh, true. Oats are bad for you? I can't believe
they're not good for humans.
It's grain.
It just fattens you up.
I thought all grain was good.
No, not all grain is not good.
Well, okay. Well, all my daughters and every woman I've ever known in my life apparently has this disease where they can't eat stuff. What the hell is it? What is it? Yeah, what is the name of that?
Celiac, gluten-free.
It's gluten stuff. Yeah, and all of a sudden all the bread has gluten in it and they can't eat bread anymore or something.
I think it's a cry for attention.
I think they're dirty right now. I got to run you right now.
I'm not a doctor.
Damn it, Jim. I'm an engineer.
I'm a broadcast host. I'm not
a... tell the little people what we just saw on TV, Pete Davis.
What did we just saw on
the
TV?
Mayor of some town somewhere about
the white liberal woman police chief of that town up in Rhode Island where the shooting was. Pawtucket. I've driven through Pawtucket. Nice little.
I've been there. Yeah.
You can do it in 15 minutes. The whole state.
Good point.
She basically says they don't have a motive. They don't know why he did this.
Really? The tranny man guy who killed his family doesn't have a motive.
Who warned everybody he was going to do it.
He said he was going to do it because people complain about trannies, so golly.
Could it be the motive is he was mad at his family for not accepting that he's a mentally ill freak?
His wife divorced him when he cut off his junk.
You know what okay. Some of you may have seen the Mel Gibson movie with Sean Penn, where they come up with a dictionary in England, and Sean Penn is helping, but Sean Penn is nuts, and he's in a nut house. And he cuts off his because he's in a nut house.
Yeah. No motive, huh? This is a white woman police chief or the mayor? Was it police chief or the mayor? Police chief?
Of course, police chief.
Pawtucket. Holy cow. I mean, you know, really,
they're
seriously.
afraid to say anything because it might offend, like the Canadian wussies. We'll respect the mass murderers' sex.
And in fact, we got a Flounders Funny coming up. I read a story today. I was thinking about printing it up. In Canada, a family is suing and complaining because their 22 or 3-year-old son was depressed because he was in pain all the time. So he went to the Canadian euthanasia clinic and they killed him.
Yeah. They're killing them right and left now.
If you're over the age of 21 or whatever it is, you can go to a doctor and they will kill you. If you just can't take it anymore, they will kill you. They have a board to say whether you're legit or not. He had allergies or something, and he just didn't like it. So, and his family says, well, you can't. They said, well, you can't stop me. And they couldn't stop him. No. And he's dead.
Okay.
Euthanasia.
We should take Alberta right now. We could take the whole country only if everyone outside of Alberta doesn't have a vote.
Yeah. It's unbelievable. Let's take Canada and then get Cuba next. Canada and Cuba.
I don't know why we don't have Cuba now.
I don't understand it. I'd have taken it a long time ago.
I would have too.
All right, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 425-58. And now a little Flounders funny. A little something here I'll bet you probably.
We were at New York, for breakfast this afternoon.
He's in Vegas.
He's in Las Vegas.
And there was this Mexican guy there who was our waiter. And I was like, hey. And I felt like, these aren't the people we want kicked out of the country. These are the people we want here that are working, and I was like, wow. And then he completely up our order. As soon as I got the check, I called ICE and said, listen, you gotta get this guy. Seriously, he's like, we need breakfast right now. My eggs were totally messed up. He didn't have steak and eggs. He brought chicken sausage and eggs. Anyway. It's kind of sad when they dragged him away, but
Rob Schneider.
Something else I just remembered.
Yeah.
Turkey bacon is horrendous for you. Do not eat turkey bacon.
Well, any kind of bacon's bad for you, but I don't care. I love it. Nitrates.
Not good for you.
It's good nitrates. Where else are you going to get good nitrates?
If you get it from your local butcher, it's probably better.
Yeah, probably.
That's where we get it from.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Yeah. All right. Holy cow. Holy crap at sports. We got
the Roswell
tweets.
Butcher. We got a lot of butchers there in Roswell.
Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder at 5 o'clock coming up here. And a beautiful afternoon on 106.3. How you doing there?
How you doing?
The Morning Extra, every weekday morning from 6 to 10 on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.
A family tragedy in Rhode Island. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News. Police in Pawtucket have identified the 2 people killed in a shooting at an ice rink yesterday and the shooter dead of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Chief Tina Gonsalves.
The suspect was Robert Dorgan. His date of birth is July 15th of 1969. One of the victims was his ex-wife, Rhonda Dorgan, and also his son, adult son Aiden Dorgan.
The gunman also went by Roberta Esposito. The ex-wife's parents and a family friend are in critical condition with gunshot wounds. A younger son playing hockey at the rink was not hurt. There's progress reported at nuclear talks with Iran in Switzerland. Vice President Vance tells Fox the Iranians have not yet been willing to acknowledge and work through some of President Trump's demands.
The president will do what he thinks is in the best interest of the American people. I think he's shown very clearly that he is not Barack Obama. He takes a much different approach to America's national security, and he's much more willing to act aggressively to defend America's national security.
President Trump withdrew from the deal President Obama signed in 2015 to limit Iran's nuclear program. Nothing in the FBI's database matches DNA from a glove found during the search for Nancy Guthrie in Arizona. Pima County Sheriff Chris Nano spoke with Fox's Jonathan Hunt.
Not good news for the investigation. The DNA on the glove that was found 2 miles away was submitted for CODIS, and I just heard that CODIS had no hits. We broke the news last Friday that they had tested also DNA that was found inside Nancy Guthrie's house. The sheriff told us no CODIS hit on that DNA either.
Nancy Guthrie's been missing for 17 days now. The mother of Today Show co-host Savannah Guthrie, the sheriff says he believes somebody out there knows the kidnapper and should report it. Homeland Security spokeswoman Tricia McLaughlin is stepping down. She's become a face of the Trump immigration policies on TV since that crackdown started. America's listening to Fox News.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. After my husband died, the last thing I wanted to think about was money. Ethos made it affordable to get life insurance. Signing up was fast and 100% online. I knew that I could pay our mortgage and have food in the fridge. I could focus on my kids. No one ever tells you how much you're going to depend on that policy. I am so grateful we had coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation honors America's heroes and their families, heroes like Scott Abrams. Now, for more than 3 decades, Scott served his community and country while he was on his NYPD motorcycle escorting a funeral procession. Scott was hit by a bus, leaving him partially paralyzed. Tunnel to Towers was able to honor Scott with a mortgage-free smart home. Please join us supporting the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. If you can donate $11 a month, go to their website, the letter T, the number 2, the letter T.org.
Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of leg, ready on your dog target. Road guards out. Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. Everything's going to be fine. With Pete Davis and Flounder and you at 106.3. How's it going? 404-741-1230 is the number. 741-1230. A lot of things going on in the news. More the tranny. The updates, a couple quick newsy updates. What's the matter? What happened?
You haven't told the people how proud I am to represent the United States and the U.S. bobsled team.
Well, you have the Olympic bobsled.
I just got back from Milan.
What year is that?
There's no year.
Well, I know it doesn't say, but
I did the bobsled at Lake Placid in 2001.
Aha! That had to be a hell of an experience.
It was number 2 on the bucket list.
Yeah.
Number 2, and oh my God, it was amazing.
First one, that chick in Vegas with the party with the. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
I've never been to Vegas. No. Flying a Spitfire over the English Channel.
Well,
number 1.
You thought you did, but they staged it for an arena.
Well, they drugged me, put me in a studio. Is that what they did? I never left. I never
went
room.
to the moon. It was an auditorium. You were drugged out.
I highly recommend it. If you get to go, I think Colorado you can do it. And basically, it costs like $70, but that was 25 years ago. I don't know what it is like, but now.
To fly a Spitfire?
No, to do
it. $180,000.
It was
the
a
man
lot of
spent
money.
$250,000 to fly a Spitfire for 7 minutes over the cloves of Dover.
I was going to do the luge and skeleton, but they had some international event going on. They wouldn't let us on there.
Stupid Olympics.
But the bobsled, you get to the top, you walk to the top, and they give you a helmet. It's got dents and scrapes in it. And I said, what are these for? He goes, you'll find out. And your head is bouncing on the ice the whole way down, back and forth. But it's just a time. Lake Placid is beautiful. The toboggan on the lake at night. You walk up with this big toboggan, you slide down, and it hits. It's designed to kick you off the toboggan. You hit so hard on the ice, and it's like 4 inches of frozen ice on Lake Placid. And you slide across like the beginning of the Peanuts Christmas special. They're all sliding around.
Cool.
And literally, you can look up every star in the sky. It was 8 degrees,
winter
every
time,
star in the sky in the winter.
Clear sky winter.
And it was March, too. Is that still frozen that March?
Yeah.
You look down, there's fish swimming underneath you.
No kidding.
And it's just
cool.
amazing experience.
Wow, cool.
Dog sleds, too. You could ride around a dog sled.
Outstanding. Go ahead. Flounder, double something?
Actually, we just got some new audio of J.D. Vance responding to AOC's
for a performance in Germany
yesterday. So here it is.
This ought to be rich.
Well, I think it's a person who doesn't know what she actually thinks. And I've seen this way too much in Washington with politicians where they are given lines, and when you ask them to go outside the lines they were given, they completely fall apart because, look, does anybody really believe that AOC has very thoughtful ideas about the global world order or about what the United States should do with our policy in Asia or our policy in Europe. No, this is a person who is mouthing the slogans that somebody else gave her. And it
I guess
shows
no one gave her one for that one.
I guess not. And it shows how thin the Democrats' policy actually is on all these very, very important questions. Look, that was embarrassing. If I had given that answer, I would say, you know what?
Man.
Maybe I ought to go read a book about China and Taiwan before I go out on the world stage again. I hope that Congresswoman Cortez has the same humility. I'm skeptical.
Yeah, I hope she runs for president. I hope they nominate her and play that over and over again. Good grief. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how you doing? 507. And again, we just saw the police chief of Pawtucket, Rhode Island, saying that there's no known motive for the psycho tranny with the Nazi tattoos.
Nothing to see here, folks. Keep moving.
Shot up the skating rink and murdered, and apparently he tried to murder her parents, apparently. He shot his wife and his ex-wife and his son, and then shot her parents. And they're in the hospital.
Our so-called leaders are now so afraid of upsetting anybody.
No motive.
And to tolerate everything, even insanity now. No one will speak plainly. That's why Trump is popular. He speaks plainly, whether you like it or not.
No, it's just... I mean, this is
Quit lying to us and gaslighting us. Just tell us, and then we'll choose whether we like you or not. Just give us the truth. How hard is that?
You know, I honestly, I would still like to know whether there is an issue of medication or, I mean, clearly, if you think you're another gender, you're having a mental problem. Your identification of your own self doesn't fit with your own self. So clearly, it's an issue. Well, call it what you want. In fact, I thought it used to be a mental issue, and now I don't think it is. I think they've categorized it as I don't know.
I think it's still a mental, but it may be a chemical thing in your brain.
Well, I don't know whether they're, if you're tranny, I don't know. Are you trying to feel better about yourself being confused, or I mean, I don't understand how do you deal with it, and how come there are more and more cases of this freaking violence? I mean, this is freaking scary.
Well, they're saying on Buck and Clay, as you said earlier, that there really aren't any over the age of 80. You notice that? It's usually in affluent white neighborhoods, middle class to upper middle class to rich. This isn't happening in the hood.
Yeah. Oh, they wouldn't put up with it in the hood.
Well, they're not. It's just not happening. They're too busy trying to survive or do something else with their life, good or bad, in order to have time on their hands to go, I wonder if I'm a girl or a boy.
Not only that, Charlize Theron suddenly has 4 kids who are all trannies or something
all these
like that?
Hollywood moms who will raise it. It's astronomically no way by any numbers that you look at that they could have that many trans kids.
That's unbelievable.
It's people with time on their hands. Maybe we should have more Cossacks coming through the village and burning things.
Those people are dead forever because of this freaking psychopath who clearly was dangerous. He warned people. You know, he said, if you keep complaining about trannies, something bad's going to happen, and I've told you so, and I'm warning you. I mean, he warned people.
The only time we complain about trannies is when you shoot us.
Yeah, exactly. No, but and again, I feel bad for you. If you're a tranny, I feel sorry for you. And if I could help you, I would. My biggest thing of help would be to go see a doctor of some kind, therapy or something, and get into group things or whatever, and take care of yourself, or at least come to grips with the fact that you're screwed up. I mean, it seems to me that if you're working with somebody, at least a doctor could do is to get you off the hot edge and have you deal with yourself from day to day, so you can live and function and go to work and get a job and have a family that you want, if you can. I don't know. I mean, it just is unbelievable. If they don't want help, they're just pissed off all the time until they freeze and break it and lose it. And again, I don't know how many other cases of violence in America are caused because of trannies that we never hear about because no one ever knew they were tranny or didn't care they were tranny. Or how many police activities in America are from a guy beating up another guy, but who happened to be a tranny, or vice versa? I mean, that are related to transsexual violence, I don't know. We hear about the ones where they start killing people, but I think this is bigger than we think. Anyway, all right, 5'11". Oh, mercy. I mean, seriously. And then there's no motive known for the thing. Oh, God. And then the latest on the kidnapping is still, we don't understand. The glove had DNA in it, but it doesn't match anything. But I don't know why they haven't told us about the latest technology. We all know this happened before. You can send a splotch of it to 23andMe. And 23andMe, if there's any kind of link in the long range, way down the line of fourth cousins, fifth removed or something, they can link DNA to ancestors. So clearly there ought to be some basic link, black or white, from, male or female. There are a lot of things they can tell without identifying any specific guy. And again, it could be just some guy, some workman, a year ago dropped his glove, so it may not have any link at all. But at least they can do a lot more than just saying it doesn't match anybody in our laboratory.
I said we're talking. They said that it's not a burglar gone wrong, but I could totally see someone breaking in. She grabs the mask, or something happens,
or whatever,
and he panics. He goes, "I can't. You know who I am, or you see me?" And he takes her and doesn't know what to do after that.
Again, I don't understand. It sounds to me it was a Mexican thing, and I can't imagine she's alive. I hope to God she is. I'll pray that she is. How could she possibly be alive? How did they get her out of there? And who's taking care of her?
The meds.
Where would they have to take a kidnapped victim who's 84 and infirm and needs medicine? Where would they take her to take care of her for 2.5 weeks?
If she's alive, she's in Mexico. If she's not there, then
would they take her to? Where are they going to take her to not die? If you're actually kidnapping, you want money for her, then you want her to die.
If they're keeping her alive somewhere in the U.S.,
it's got to be a hospital,
someone had to see
a nursing
something.
care or something. Absolutely,
Where'd they get the meds?
Somebody had to take care of her. I mean, I think they know more than they're telling, which they should. They should never tell you everything they're doing, obviously, to scare off the guy. I don't know. The whole thing is just a nightmare. All right, hold on. Love is in the air. Coming back. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. We had tweets and we got a love story in the air. And have you ever found a love from 35 years ago and reconnected?
Hope not.
Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How you doing? 513. Look out.
Get the latest breaking news and insight from the biggest conservative voices in the South when you follow Extra 106.3 across all your social media platforms. Find us on Facebook, X, Instagram, and YouTube at Extra 106.3.
Well, you've been talking about those windows. I know. I'll take about it later. Well, here, I got it. This is it. Well, it's not my deal, but Peach State Windows has a deal. My buddy Jeff, as his lovely bride calls him, my goofy husband. At Peach State Windows, this is the time to act because, for one thing, how about some 0% financing for up to 12 months? Don't have to put it off anymore. And this is a deal that those big national companies who just hire stringer people, part-time contractors or something, I don't know what they're doing. I know Jeff's family-owned business for like 25 years, and he's been serving George for more than that. These folks are pros, and the windows, I'm telling you, how about this deal? And these are big-time Charlie. This is the real stuff. 8 premium, double-hung, Energy Star replacement windows, fully installed for $39.95. 8 windows for under $4,000. And 0% financing, 12 months. Don't have to put it off anymore. Here's that number, 770-485-8011. Making those uglies go away. Jeff and the boys and the girls and the whole family business coming your way. PeachStateWindows.com.
Hey, Atlanta, if you're shopping for a compact SUV and automatically think you have to buy an import to get all the features you want, think again.
The 2026 Chevrolet Trax delivers everything the imports do, minus one thing, the higher price. And right now, you'll find the 2026 Chevy Trax at Jim Ellis Chevrolet, priced below $30,000.
A big reason more Atlanta drivers are choosing Jim Ellis when it's time to buy. At Jim Ellis Chevrolet, the Trax gives you modern styling, great fuel economy, advanced safety technology, and the everyday comfort drivers expect.
You'll get a big touchscreen, smart driver assist features, and plenty of room for passengers and cargo, all in a compact SUV that fits your life and your budget.
When you compare it to the imports, the value is clear, and that's exactly what Jim Ellis Chevrolet is known for.
Enjoy a straightforward buying experience, transparent pricing, and a team that respects your time. That's the Jim Ellis difference.
Shop online at JimEllisChevrolet.com or visit Jim Ellis Chevy on Peachtree Industrial just inside the perimeter.
Jim Ellis Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
The Braves 2026 gate giveaways are here, and this season is packed with must-have items. From the Braves Legends collection featuring iconic Braves alumni to the crossover jersey collection with Braves basketball, football, hockey, and soccer jerseys, there's something for every fan. Plus, fans can look forward to some new additions like a Hawaiian shirt, cowboy hat, and a bobble card series. It's part bobblehead, part baseball card. Visit Braves.com/promos to see the full lineup and grab your tickets. Atlanta Braves baseball. We are Braves country.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Kawasaki. When we're busy outside working this spring, no one wants their mower to stop halfway through cutting a lawn or their trimmer to cut off right at the end of the day. That's why Howard Brothers trusts Kawasaki Genuine Parts. Their quality parts make all the difference. Whether you're gearing up for a busy season or tuning your machines for peak performance, Kawasaki's parts keep your engines running stronger, longer. Find your Kawasaki parts at Howard Brothers today.
Immaculately designed and manicured backyards can significantly enhance your property's value and visual appeal. And by adding a customized, professionally designed and installed artificial putting green from ATL Turf Co., it'll take your home to the next level. ATL Turf Co.'s custom greens are designed to replicate tournament-level green conditions with realistic ball bounce, roll, and speed, and has a stimp meter of 10 to 12.5. So maybe it's time to consider artificial turf.
Hey, this is John Flading from ATL Turf Co. If you can dream it, we can build it. Just go to atlturfco.com to schedule an appointment.
Thousands of veterans across Georgia are missing out on the benefits they've earned through their service. The Warrior Alliance is changing that by connecting veterans and their families to life-changing resources and support. Tune into the Warrior Alliance Network, our podcast and radio show dedicated to helping veterans succeed after service. Join us every Saturday at 11 a.m. on 106.3 to hear inspiring veteran stories, discover free programs, and learn about career opportunities available to you. Subscribe to the Warrior Alliance YouTube channel today.
Join Daniel Matalon, CEO of A Second Chance Bail Bonds, and co-host Tug Cowart as they bring together law enforcement, justice insiders, and voices from every part of the justice system, victims, advocates, and people who've turned their lives around. It's not PR, it's not fluff. It's an honest talk about what's working, what's broken, and how to build a better path forward, one second chance at a time. This week's guest is Makia Metzger, Cobb County Solicitor General. Justice Unfiltered. Unfiltered, informed, and unbiased.
So, you had a long day. You decided to stop for a cocktail on the way home. The next thing you know, you had one too many, and you just got pulled over. You need A Second Chance Bail Bonds. A Second Chance can get you or loved one out of jail quickly, in most cases, in a matter of hours. A Second Chance Bail Bonds. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Get help now. Call 404-BAIL-OUT. That's 404-BAIL-OUT, or contact them online at atlbail.com.
All right, look out. On this day in 1876, a company in Eastport, Maine started canning sardines. As a little boy in the 50s, I'd come home from school and was hungry. My mother would hand me a can of sardines, which I would unroll with that little key and eat them packed in oil. And now, holy crap, it's sports with Pete Davis. And I still can't believe I did it. I ate a lot. I ate them frequently.
Disgusting. Braves signed free agent first baseman Dominic Smith to a minor league contract. 30-year-old Smith has played for 5 teams, beginning with the Mets, slugging 69 homers. Meanwhile, manager Walt Weiss said today he's optimistic about filling out the rotation.
I feel good about where they're at. Guys like Lope, Sale looks great, and he feels great. Grant Holmes, these guys dealt with some things last year, but they look good. Well, of course, you want to lose any pitching before the season even starts, but that's the hand we're dealt, and we'll deal with it. But I've got a lot of candidates in camp.
Still no word on Hurston Waldrip. We're waiting to see what's going on with those loose bodies. Major League Baseball Players Association Executive Director and John Brown lookalike Tony Clark abruptly quit today, leaving the union without its longtime leader less than a year before the expiration of the collective bargaining agreement. Resignation comes in the wake of the ongoing investigation into finances and other dealings of the union, including questions about some other companies and stuff going on with youth baseball.
Oh, boy.
But that's not why he quit, according to reports.
Why did he quit there, I wonder?
Jeff Passan and others reporting that Tony allegedly had an affair with his brother's wife.
Oh, boy.
After the union hired her in 2023.
So he brought along his side piece, who happens to be his brother's wife, to pay her while he was having,
messing with someone at work.
Yeah.
And it turns out to be your sister-in-law. That's a bad person. That's not a good person right there.
Oh,
Clark's resignation cast a pall over a negotiation already expected to be the most contentious in a generation. We're talking back to the 70s. Marvin Miller and all that stuff is going on. They're going to, the owners are expected to push for a salary cap, which they'll have to have a salary basement too. ceiling and basement.
A minimum, yeah.
So the Pirates will have to start
$2
paying.
million or something. I mean,
Yeah, the A's will start paying. Player leader is meeting this afternoon to discuss the fallout. He's 53 years old. Clark, former Tigers first baseman, the first player ever to lead the Players Union.
Really? Oh, really? I didn't know that. He's got a great beard, I'll say that.
It was Donald Fear, before that Marvin Miller.
And now, why is the issue? I can understand the owners want a salary cap because they're paying $100 million a year to these guys. But this is aimed at Los Angeles Dodgers, obviously.
If they have a salary cap, it's because of the Dodgers and what they're doing.
Good Lord.
Twins ace Pablo Lopez likely needing season-ending Tommy John surgery. He's been their starter up in Minnesota the last 3 straight seasons, an all-star. Might have a UCL tear.
Once again,
the Rockies suck.
Yeah.
They've sucked for years. They will continue to suck eggs this season as well.
Yeah.
But they ain't stupid. They have hired Gianna Girardi as an in-game host. She is the niece of former Colorado manager Joe Girardi. She's also drop-dead gorgeous.
Knockout.
She also likes to post sexy pics on social media, so check it out.
She looks like a TikTok star. She looks like the typical what you call a TikTok girl you see on popping
Gianna Girardi. You will not be disappointed. Since 1947, thousands of youngsters have played Little League Baseball. How many, for what Jay has in the box?
Yes.
For what Carol Merrill has behind door number 3?
Yes.
How many have made it to the major leagues?
Of all the Little League players, by percentage or number?
Number.
And how many have played Little League?
Thousands.
I would say made it to major league probably is less than 1%. So I would say total major league, I would say 700.
700. Flounder, do you have a guess? Of all the Little Leaguers.
He didn't hear you back. I think
how many made
working.
Major League
I think
Baseball?
He's more bastards got to put on his headphones.
I'll go 30.
30.
Oh, wow.
64.
Holy moly.
Flounder got closest without going over.
With all the Little Leaguers who played. Wow.
64. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Buccaneers great receiver Mike Evans, Falcons killer, plans to play next season and will explore options in free agency.
He's getting up there pretty good, isn't he?
He's up there a little bit. Former and possibly future owner of the Mavericks, Mark Cuban, says rather than punish teams for tanking to get the high draft picks, the NBA should embrace it. For the fans.
See how far you can miss that free throw? Clank it off the backboard or something?
That's just Dyson Daniels. I'm just kidding. Last week, the NBA fined the Jazz $500,000. The Pacers $100,000 American dollars, saying both teams set healthy players in recent games and saying that compromises the league. So I'm going to try and say this with a straight face.
No.
Compromise the league's integrity.
Integrity of
the NBA.
That's pretty funny.
Cuban says the league is punishing teams for being honest about it and rewarding teams for lying to their fans about it, which is true.
Well,
he's right about that.
Would you then expect every player to play every game?
Michael Jordan does. Still does.
That's how we grew up.
That's right. Another, by the way, LeBron James,
Seriously.
what did he say a few weeks ago that today's games, it's harder now to play all the games now? I guess because maybe the luxury planes they fly in as opposed to what they used to.
Yeah, and all they do is take, 7,000-foot-long three-pointers instead of charging the basket where they get knocked around.
They got a foot massager for both feet.
Yeah. No, it's just not a team game.
No, it's not.
It's an individual game now.
And Kobe warned us a few years ago.
off.
He says it's becoming where everybody just runs until they think they can get a three-point shot. Nobody's passing. Nobody's doing. It really is a mess to watch.
Yeah.
That's why, I don't know why anyone would want to play with Steph Curry. All the guy does is dribble and shoot.
Yeah, he can sink them though.
He's won a few championships. So. Another victim of knowing Jeffrey Epstein could soon be Casey Wasserman, head of the 2028 LA Olympics organizing team. The mayor of Los Angeles urging him to step down because of Casey's ties to the convicted child sex trafficker's former girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell. The issue has been a distraction for the IOC, or International Olympic Criminals, this month, since Wasserman's flirtatious emails from 2003 with Maxwell published by the files that have come out. Fallout at the sports agency that Wasserman founded has resulted in lost clients, including pop star Chappell Rowan and soccer star Abby Wambach. Wasserman is now selling the agency. I deeply regret my correspondence with Ghislaine Maxwell, which was long before her horrific crimes came to light. That's what he said. Convicted, Maxwell was in 2021, 5 counts of sex trafficking, abuse of minors, serving a 20-year prison sentence.
Yep. Every day we're going to have Epstein stuff. 3 million things on the file. And by the way, it's amazing. The Democrats in power for all those years didn't do squat. Not one thing ever.
Not a peep.
Donald Trump releases 3 million files, and he's the bad guy.
They're screaming that there's no transparency.
Yeah.
They had everything for 4 years.
Yeah.
And didn't do a thing
and
about it.
ate before that.
Yeah. The Ukrainian skeleton racer who was disqualified from the Olympics was given a gift of more than $200,000 to help competing and advocate. Vladislav Haraskevich, barred from competition last week. He had that helmet of memory with the images of the dead Ukrainians killed by Russians.
Political message.
Ukrainian businessman Renat Akhmatov, nice Irish boy, gave the money to him. So that's pretty nice. It's about how much they give their Olympic gold medalists in Ukraine.
Oh,
if they ever have
well,
one.
that was nice.
I think they've had some. When hottie Dutch speed skater Jutta Leerdam, won her gold medal, she immediately untied her bow, let her blonde mane fall down over her shoulders, down her back to blow in the wind as she skated around the ice in a victory lap. And then she unzipped the front of her shirt.
That's going to give her some.
Exposed her sports bra.
Yeah.
A Nike sports bra.
Yeah.
Jutta will likely receive $1 million for the free advertising she just did for Nike and international television. Smart girl. She's with Logan or Jake Paul. I can't keep them straight.
That name is coming up on one of our stories here shortly.
All right. Penis cake continues.
Oh, God.
Now former British female ski jumper Kimmy Alcott. Kimmy, Chemmy, which is interesting,
all right, sir.
says women can do it too. Back in her day, she showed up to the games with broken ribs, so they fitted her with a chest plate for protection. But when they put it over her Wonder Bra, she suddenly inflated like a bat extending its wings.
I'll be done.
Olympic officials said no.
Yeah, no.
You had to take off the plate.
Yeah.
Former UFC, let's take that top off.
Yeah, let's get that.
Former UFC bantamweight champion Ronda Rousey is going to return to mixed martial arts for the first time in nearly a decade, facing fellow combat sports trailblazer and actress Gina Carano May 16th in Inglewood. That's right. Blockbuster showdown between the legends will headline the first pro MMA event promoted by Jake Paul on Netflix.
There you go again. Holy cow.
Carano has acted in several movies and TV shows, including hits Deadpool and The Mandalorian. She was wrongly fired by left-leaning Disney for daring to say something they didn't agree with.
Now, has she been a fighter? I thought she was just an actress. She was a fighter?
Before then, she was a fighter.
I don't think I remember that.
Yeah.
Huh.
I wouldn't want to take her on.
No, either would I. Or that Holly Holmes, whatever it is.
Oh, yeah. Former ESPN host Kenny Mayne believes he's been banned permanently from Augusta National over a joke he made on the air.
Yeah, that's nice.
During a golf tournament, Kenny said, quote, "See you at the Masters. We'll bring 4 saucy ladies," end quote.
Uh-oh.
Someone from the Masters called the ESPN truck while he was still on the air. He was signing off. And they said, he's not coming.
Oh, my.
Mayne hopes they've forgiven him by now. Kenny Mayne may not be there, but guess who might?
The guy who got banned for saying mounds, elephant mounds?
Tiger Woods. Not ruling out a return to golf
to play
at the Masters.
Oh, my.
15-time champ. 50-year-old underwent lumbar disc replacement surgery October, ruptured his left Achilles last March, has not played in an event since the Open Championship at Royal Troon in 2024.
I can't imagine him walking those hills.
I know. Those hills were killing me.
Yeah.
And I wasn't carrying anything.
For 4 days, let alone 2 if he makes the cut.
Well, I had a pimento cheese sandwich. Yeah. Thank you, Bill.
Yep.
ESPN's Stephen A. Smith refusing to apologize for once again going after NBA player Ben Simmons, someone he once called pathetic.
Ooh.
Even though Simmons hasn't appeared in an NBA game since April of last year, Smith accused him of being a thief on First Take. He's made $203 million in his career. Smith said, quote, "On this show, as long as First Take is in existence, Ben Simmons will catch strays. I ain't apologizing for it to a damn soul. There is no bigger thief in the history of the NBA than that man. You talk about a dude that would not shoot the damn basketball, that is the biggest thief. I mean, if Ben Simmons runs near a basketball arena, he should be arrested." That's how bad it was. Now, if the man walked away from the game, that would be different. But that man made sure his check cleared twice a month in the NBA. You so traumatized that you can't shoot, but you wasn't traumatized to go to TD or Wells Fargo or someplace to make sure your money was in that bank account.
Oh, man.
End quote. All right, a lot of Daytona 500 wins on this day, but who cares? We'll just keep moving here. What else do we have? Let's see. Nike, 2016 on this date, ends an endorsement deal with Filipino boxer Manny Pacquiao.
Oh, Pacquiao. Manny Pac.
After he made comments on TV saying gay people are worse than animals.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that didn't go well.
No.
Birthdays on this day, 1893, Wally Pipp.
Wally Pipp.
That Lou Gehrig took over from. Wally Pipp won a World Series in 23, was the American League home run leader for 2 seasons with the Yankees. He was a good player.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Red Barber, born on this date, 1908, born in Columbus, Mississippi. Did the Brooklyn Dodgers and the Yankees. And the old redhead. And 1931, Buddy Ryan. But guess who the big guys were today?
I know one of them.
Well, one, Lefty Drizel, former Georgia State basketball coach, died on this day in 2024. Yeah. But Jim Brown and Michael Jordan, the best football player and the best basketball players of all time, probably born on the same day.
Yeah, it's amazing.
1936 and 1963 for both of them. Just an amazing. Oh, 1977, Matthew Kaminsky, who was on when you had your heart attack. I had Matt come in and play his organ. He's the Braves organist.
Oh, yeah, cool.
And on the show. Yeah. And what a great guy. Polka accordionist. He made the list. Educator, born in Chicago.
Outstanding.
Matthew Kaminsky.
Good for him. Outstanding. Pete Davis, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 531 on 106.3, and there's so much more. A love story coming up. A double love story.
Like who?
Oh, we'll find out in a minute. I can't tell you now. After traffic and weather, please, coming up,
Extra 106.3 is getting ready for the 2026 midterms. And on the ballot, it's freedom versus communism. The choice is clear, and your vote matters more than ever. The future of our community and our country hangs in the balance, and the conservative voice of Atlanta will continue to fight the good fight right up to the election. Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
Well, we got that weather coming back, sunshine, and here we go. And Stovall & Company is ready. The third-generation family wholesale landscaping supply stuff. And if you're a builder contractor, Stovall & Company, 11 locations, latest one up there in Canton. If you need something, these family businesses like Stovall, Paul and the boys, if you need it right now, it's probably going to be outside your window before you know it. They go above and beyond serving this part of the country because they got the plants and shrubs and trees and irrigation systems. And even if you're putting in an outdoor kitchen or a barbecue or fireplace by the pool or something, they've got stuff that'll help you do that too. Direct job site delivery. And if you need something they don't have, they'll tell you where else to get it. StovallInc.com.
If you've been waiting for the right time to upgrade your home's comfort, this is it. Central Heating and Air Conditioning is proud to announce the 29th annual Winter White Sale, and it's our lowest pricing of 2026. For a limited time, everything is on sale. Heating and cooling systems and complete home performance solutions with rebates and discounts up to $2,300. Are you dealing with hot or cold spots in your home? Energy bills that just keep climbing? Or unhealthy indoor air affecting your family's comfort? Central has the solution. As your trusted carrier partner, they install industry-leading carrier systems backed by strong warranties and peace of mind that comes with proven performance and efficiency. With 79 years experience, Central Heating and Air Conditioning knows how to design comfort solutions that work, not just today, but for years to come. This is your chance to save big during Central's 29th annual Winter White Sale, but it won't last long. Central Heating and Air Conditioning, delivering carrier comfort for the world we share.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
There's never been a better time to fall in love with Subaru. Now through March 31st, get award-winning vehicles and exceptional offers from a brand you trust during the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Subaru of Gwinnett. Explore the full lineup of hybrid, electric, gas, and wilderness vehicles, including the 2026 Subaru Forester and the all-new 2026 Subaru Outback. Every Subaru is made with love and built to last, with dependability and value coming standard. Whether you're looking to match your adventurous spirit with the 2026 Subaru Outback or land on the reliability of the 2026 Subaru Forester, Subaru of Gwinnett has the perfect fit for your family. You'll love exploring in the 2026 Subaru Crosstrek. And the 2026 Subaru Legacy is what happens when we put the best of Subaru into a sedan. Plus, every Subaru model comes equipped with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive. There's a lot to discover and a lot to love at Subaru of Gwinnett. Come in for a test drive on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth or start shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
The future of business in Georgia is bright, and Georgia Power is a driving force behind the businesses and organizations that are vital to the growth of the state. Just ask Mark O'Brien, President and CEO of Lake Point Sports, the premier travel and youth sports destination.
Georgia Power was exceptional to Lake Point in helping us understand energy needs, energy efficiency, opportunities. What does that look like? Well, when you have a 120,000 square foot clear span space of athletes competing, you can get pretty hot, particularly in the summer. And to cool that off, they were instrumental in advising us, well, what we want to do is get air circulating. And so we put in these massive fans in the ceiling to help circulate the air and help with the energy efficiency as well, as one small example of their service.
To learn more about how Georgia Power is helping businesses big and small, visit GeorgiaPower.com and tune in all year to discover how they're powering the future of Georgia.
Are you paying too much in taxes? Most people are, and they don't even realize it. Hi, I'm David Nicholas, president of Nicholas Wealth Management. Every year, hardworking individuals and business owners send more money to the IRS than they legally have to. I hate to see it. Not because they did anything wrong, but because the tax code is complex. It's always changing, and it's full of opportunities most people never hear about. So here's the real question. Could you be paying less in taxes? With the right strategy, many people can. Through smarter planning, overlooked deductions, and better retirement and income decisions, you can win in retirement. That's why we're offering a complimentary tax analysis. No cost, no obligation, just a clear look at where you may be overpaying and what you can do about it. Stop guessing, get answers. Call Nicholas Wealth Management 678-990-8500, 678-990-8500, or visit nicholaswealth.com.
Nicholas Wealth Management is an independent financial services firm. This is for informational purposes only and is not specific investment advice.
Love Atlanta returns to Gateway Center Arena on Wednesday, February 22nd to face Love Austin for a special HBCU night in honor of Black History Month. Experience the energy of the HBCU culture with live performances from Clark Atlanta's Mighty Marching Panthers, special guests, and a game night atmosphere like no other. Rock your school colors, bring your crew, and support Love Atlanta. Secure your seats today at lovbatl.com. That's lovbatl.com.
Attention Warriors, are you a veteran ready to navigate to success after service? Tune in to the Warrior Alliance Network. Join us as we spotlight inspiring stories, provide essential resources, and connect you with a community dedicated to empowering veterans. From career advice to health and wellness tips, the Warrior Alliance Network is your go-to hub for post-service success. Tune in Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. on Extra 106.3. Join us on the mission, the Warrior Alliance Network, where warriors thrive together. Visit us at thewarrioralliance.org for more information.
Yes, reminds me of the afternoon I spent with Nancy Sinatra, Jim Neighbors, and Carol Burnett. But enough about the Kimmer. Yeah, you and your little stupid little button over there. Well, confess, Nancy Sinatra, look out. I don't know where you shouldn't have been. On this day, 1966. Nancy Sinatra was it? Not, my God, this may have been no, it would be a little later. It was 67. In 1966, this was a day Nancy Sinatra. She was number one in Britain with These Boots Are Made for Walking. Eldest Daughter's first number one, written by Lee Hazelwood. Sinatra's recording of the song was made with the help of the L.A. session musician known as the Wrecking Crew. And I remember when she did Something Stupid with her father, Frank Sinatra. For a minute, it was a very controversial song because it was a love song between a man and his daughter. But nobody really, it was a beautiful song. But for a while,
everybody just needs to chill.
Yeah,
Come on.
Forget the damn
It's ridiculous.
thing. Hold everything. All right, quick birthday list here. Denise Richards is 55 years old today. One very select group of special women who declared I married Charlie Sheen
and lived.
Now she's an OnlyFans model making millions. Drop Dead Gorgeous. Her movies.
She was Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Yeah, she was a Bond girl
she
in
had a
World
pill
Is Not.
addiction, and she did a bunch of plastic surgery.
She's had a horrible time of it the last several years, and she's being sued, and she had another divorce, and somebody's claiming they want the money from her OnlyFans thing, and didn't she get her daughter now doing it or something? It's just some whole scandal thing. There's freaking Hollywood people. But she was known for she got a 1.2 million per episode. From Charlie Sheen did for 2.5 Men. Denise Richards, 55, was in Starship Troopers.
Yep.
Bond World Girl, A World Not Enough Bond Girl, and Drop Dead Gorgeous, which I thought was a very funny movie, and no one else apparently does, but I thought it was hysterical, kind of real satire. And on this day in history, quick thing, Pete Davis in sports. On this day in 1917, fireman named Jim Flynn knocks out Jack Dempsey in the first round. The only time Jack Dempsey was ever hit and knocked out by a fireman. Jack Dempsey would avenge the fight by knocking Flynn out in a rematch a year later. So congratulations, anyway. And let's see, one more thing here. They didn't mess around back in the old days of the 1600 when you talked about the stars. An Italian philosopher named Giordano Bruno had a cosmological theory that did not really square with the religious beliefs of the Catholic Church. He proposed that the stars were distant suns surrounded by their own planets that might have life of their own. This is 1600.
Uh-oh.
He also believed the universe is infinite and had no center. He was philosopher. He was charged with heresy for these ideas, religious beliefs, including denial of eternal damnation, the Trinity, the deity of Christ, the virginity of Mary, and transubstantiation. I'm not sure what that is. I forgot.
That's...
whatever. During the trial, he stated they accept the church's dogmatic teachings but refused to renounce his belief in other suns and planets. After a 7-year trial, he was found guilty by the Roman Inquisition and was burned alive at the stake.
The answer's quiz.
This guy, Giordano Bruno, has now become a symbol for free thought and free speech, and there's a Giordano crater on the moon named after him.
You've done transubstantiation.
I don't remember what it is.
That's when the bread and the wine become the blood
of Jesus.
and body of Christ. It only has the appearance of bread and wine.
Well, in the old Methodist church where I was baptized and where I sang in the choir and I played my trombone on Easter with a trumpet player to play Christmas Easter songs, and we had grape juice and bread
yeah, we had grape juice too. Baptists don't go for that wine thing. Not Durham,
really.
Mississippi.
No, I don't think so. 542. Flounder, are you ready, sir? A little something in case you missed it. By golly, I can't wait for the morning boys tomorrow to hear this right before they go on the air when we replay this show. And at 5:45 tomorrow morning, you're going to be hearing this. The shoo-shee-shashings of the shoo-shee-shash. And now, another edition of Not the Kimmers, Rainy Day Bad Text Theater Playhouse, where we, by golly, try to bring a little bit of sunshine into the otherwise miserable lives of you, the little people. Today's episode, want to dance? No, I said you look fat in those pants. The scene. A busy workplace full of cubicles, full of busy workers, busily working. A group of workers are huddled around a conference table, busily discussing business. Suddenly, the sound of a loud phone is heard. The head worker at the head of the table, looking annoyed, stops working, steps away, and snatches out his phone and with an annoyed voice says, "Hello?" He is received by a cheerful voice on the phone.
Hi, gee, I know you're at work, but I have some very urgent news. Can we talk?
The worker, with concern in his voice, says,
"What's up? Is everything okay?"
Did you know you can put the movie theater butter on your hot dog? They can't stop you.
I stepped out of a meeting for this.
And scene.
So in other words, he was in a meeting and then he didn't want to answer the phone. Just something that didn't make hot dog. What? Butter on it didn't. Why would he want? Oh my! This the eruption of an American meeting in business, trying to destroy the business culture, one phone call at a time. Ladies and gentlemen, all I can say is
dramedy.
It's dramedy. Another edition of Not the Kimmers, Rainy Day Theater, Bad Text Playhouse, where, by golly, 106.3, we care for you and me. And see.
We're trying to increase our bona fides with the Academy.
Is that what it is? Because I wondered if, because the award season is coming, in the spring.
Sure.
So we got a good shot at that Peabody, by God.
The Oscars.
Well, it's really not fair. I mean, I've already won 3 Nobel Prizes in a row. I won 2 for physics and back-to-back. That's never been done
Pulitzer.
before. Well, I got that 1 Pulitzer, but,
We do have a Gabby.
We have a Gabby?
We won a Gabby.
I'll be damned.
Back in 2013.
Oh, that's right. I remember that. First week on the air or something, and they gave us the Gabby. I'll be damned. Kimber P. and Flounder, 5:45. Now the Volga boat song. Look out. I got a love story coming up. Love story.
Row.
You're Your favorite Extra shows are streaming live video from the studio on Extra 106.3's YouTube channel. Subscribe to the Extra YouTube channel and get the Morning Extra and the Kimmer Show in live digital video.
A new year means new opportunities to secure your retirement goals. At Master Plan Retirement Consultants, we help you start fresh with holistic retirement planning to create a personalized retirement roadmap designed with you and for you. Our boutique team serves you with fiduciary care, ensuring every step moves you closer to a confident, sustainable retirement. As we all know, the best retirement asset is peace of mind. Make 2026 the year you take control with confidence. Schedule your complimentary consultation today at masterplanretire.com. Master Plan Retirement Consultants. Plan well and prosper.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Shop the new 2026 Toyota Tacoma. Well, get the truck you want and get it with protection most dealerships will not and do not include. At Marietta Toyota, every new Toyota comes with our nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty, valid for unlimited time and unlimited mileage for as long as you own your Toyota. And you can buy with confidence. Marietta Toyota is a BBB A+ rated business, and we're rated 4.6 stars on Google with over 11,000 reviews. Right now, we've got Tacomas in stock and more arriving daily, so you can shop selection instead of settling, while the best setups are available. Special APR is available on the new 2026 Tacoma, 4.99% APR for 72 months for well-qualified buyers. Visit us on Cobb Parkway South, just north of Truist Stadium. Marietta Toyota since 1975. We've been here and will be here for you.
4.99% APR for 72 months with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. Not all buyers will qualify. Offer ends 3/2/26. Lifetime powertrain warranty included with every new Toyota purchase. See dealer for details.
Don't believe this nonsense you see on TV commercials about how uncomfortable a CPAP mask is. Take it from me. You wear one, especially the nasal pillow I use, for one night, and you will fight anybody that tries to take it away from you. But if they do take it away from you, you can get more at cpapsetcetera.com, cpapsetc.com, with a store in Alpharetta, same-day shipping. To your health, cpapsetc.com.
Ready to sell your home fast and for top dollar? Trust Design to Sell. Staging and interior design experts recognized as one of the top 10 staging companies in the nation. From stylish redesigns to full-service staging, Design to Sell creates spaces buyers fall in love with. Faster sales, better offers. That's the power of great design. Call 678-505-1433 or visit homedesign2sell.com and ask for the fan special.
0 is a powerful number. It can mean you have nothing, but it's really powerful when it means you pay nothing. That's where Dobbs Heating and Air comes in. Right now, the Dobbs family is offering a $0 10-year labor warranty on all new HVAC systems. If you think you might need a new system soon, now is the time to install a new unit with Dobbs Heating and Air for that $0 10-year warranty. That means $0 repairs for 10 years. Great deals, even better service. That's Dobbs HVAC. Get started at dobbshvac.com. That's dobbshvac.com.
Hi, it's Los, here with Tom Mitchell, the honest car guy. Tom, you are changing the way people are buying their next pre-owned car or truck. How are you doing it?
You know, Los, we found a better way for customers to buy a car. An honest way, a very transparent way. You pay what we pay plus our honest fee.
How do you prove that?
We even prove it to you by giving you a copy of the bill of sale at the end of the deal.
How much can people save when they buy their next vehicle with the honest car guy?
I've saved people upwards of $20,000 and $30,000. I mean, it really depends on the year, the make, the model of the car, and the price of the car. You know, on a $15,000 car, I can't save you $20,000. We can probably save you $2,000 or $3,000. But it's through the course of the whole sale. The big one here that people don't realize, the financing. You go into the dealership, they tell you your rate's 9%. Well, really, it's probably 7% because they're allowed to make 2 points on there. The honest car guy, you'll save an average of $5,000 to $10,000 depending on the price of the car.
Folks, if you want to save thousands on your next pre-owned car or truck, try the honest car guy. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or honestcarguy.com.
The right partner makes all the difference. For more than 185 years, we forged personal relationships with our customers and communities, funding economic development and rallying around the causes that are important to our neighbors. With the technology, products, and expertise you'd expect from a big bank and the local decision-making and commitment to community from your neighborhood bank, United Bankshares is your trusted financial partner for life. Learn more at bankwithunited.com. United Bankshares, member FDIC.
Oh, this goes back about 65 years or something. That does not sound like Elvis, but it is. 1960. Elvis Presley won his first gold record. It was his second studio album called Elvis. It spent 4 weeks #1 Billboard top chart. Made Elvis Presley the first recording artist to ever have both albums go straight to #1 in the same year. 1960, Elvis Presley. Kimmer Peyton Flounder. Birthdays include Ed Sheeran, the singer's 35. Actor Joseph Gordon-Levitt is 45. He was in 500 Days of Summer, Inception, Angels in the Outfield, Cooper, or Looper.
Third Rock from the Sun.
Third Rock from the Sun. And he was on Third Rock from the Sun or something, yeah. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, 45 today. And on this day, Mr. Fun, I did a thing with a thing there. Here we go. Hold on. Here we go. On this day in 1958, the comic strip BC premieres. Created by American cartoonist Johnny Hart, follows cavemen and anthropomorphic animals of prehistoric times. It ran until 2007, 50 years.
I love BC.
Written and drawn by the same guy, Johnny Hart, until his death at the drawing board.
He died
at the drawing board. He also created
Wizard of Id. With another guy.
Created that in 1964, but BC was in 1958.
They were both very subtle but very funny. They were more adult. It wasn't like adult bad humor. It was just not for kids.
Yeah, very different. It was one of the early adult cartoons that was, really designed that way. And I wonder how he thought about that. It was pretty cool. I mean, in the
died
50s.
at the board.
Yeah.
I have to look
and a quick thing I saw kind of released 1958. Pope Pius XII proclaims the 12th century Saint Clare of Assisi the patron saint of television. I did not know there was a saint of television.
Assisi? The same one that did the animals?
Saint Clare of Assisi.
Oh, Clare.
The patron saint of television. Anyway, here we go.
Sissy had a lot of saints.
Apparently Sissy Sainters. Anyway, Kimber Pete and Flounder, how's it going? Now, a happy love story here. Law & Order star Angie Harmon finds love with a man she met 35 years ago when they were 18 years old working as models in Italy. The model's name is Tony Floyd. They reconnected, and they met in Italy at 18. Two kids scrambling for work, chasing modeling dreams, and then there was a spark, but the timing wasn't right. They found themselves acting more. It was 35 years ago. Suddenly, their paths crossed again. Now the timing is right. She was married to Jason Sehorn, the football player, for 13 years. They met on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno when she met Sehorn, and he proposed to her on the show, by the way. Anyway, so Angie Harmon, after 35 years, has found true love with a guy she met 35 years ago. Have you ever gone back with a lover from years and years past? Oh, I was thinking I haven't. Oh, my God, I did.
I'm trying to think.
When I've
told few years, but not 35 years.
My first teenage crush when I was 16, sophomore in prep school, was a girl named Cindy Barrett. God, I loved her. She went to Holyoke. She lived in Holyoke, Massachusetts. I loved her. I know. Well, anyway, but here's speaking of this, I hadn't thought about this. And I oh my God, I was going to go work at a summer camp where I got in trouble. I went to jail for driving an unregistered car. Remember that story? That's the summer I was going to summer camp. Before I went there to work in the summer camp, I wrote Cindy Barrett a letter, and I said, I'm nuts about you. I'm crazy about you, and I've got an opportunity to go to work, to go away for the summer, but I don't want to leave you if there's a chance that it might be that we could be together together for the summer, and she wrote me back and said, well, I wouldn't want to, mess up your plans for the summer, because we are,
It was a
friends.
test.
It was, yeah. And she basically, looked at me as a protector, big brother guy.
Maybe.
But she did let me make out with her one night on a date. And we kissed, and a minor little thing, and that was it. That was the thing. It made me. But then she looked at me as a brother, and so we broke up and didn't have anything. And then, oh my God, years later. No, wait a minute. Years later, I'm in the Marines.
Yeah.
I said goodbye to my mother at the airport, and I went to the boarding gate, and I stood in line, and next to me in line was Cindy Barrett and her father, because she was on the way to go somewhere, something. We sat together on the plane. She now had a boyfriend who was in the Army, and I was in the Marines. And so it turns out the woman I said goodbye to the final time on the way to Vietnam. I was on the way to Vietnam when I met her at the airport. And the last woman I said goodbye to on the way to Vietnam was Cindy Barrett, my first true teenage love.
Never sealed the deal, though.
Of course not.
All right.
Of course not.
Sorry.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
Yeah.
You want to hear something weird?
I do.
Johnny Hart died of a stroke at his drawing table.
Yeah.
His partner and helped create Wizard of Id died 8 days later, Brant Parker.
Whoa. No kidding. Oh, that's weird.
That's weird.
Wow.
Did you get back together with someone from 35 years ago?
If I met her and she was still around, I definitely would. I love that little girl.
That kind of breaks a rule of mine to never go back with an ex.
Well, no,
I tried that once or twice,
there
and
are
it was
certain
a
people I would
miserable failure.
Never go back with under any circumstances, especially with a loaded gun. But that, that's a whole nother, that's another issue that we don't. That's kind of the Kimmers Revenge Tour 26. You see, is still.
There's a reason you broke up in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
To go back is kind of silly.
Backness is badness.
Backness is badness. Okay, that's your epitaph.
Yeah, sure.
Backness is badness.
We need to do jingle. Maybe that morning, guys, make us a jingle for that.
Backness is badness.
How about one more Flounders Funny? Flounders Funny, what do you think? We got one more.
But I will say, I don't know if you can tell by looking at me, I do have family members with Down syndrome. It almost got me.
Okay.
I dodged it, but it nicked me.
Oh.
Bit of a day walker myself.
Oh, man.
It's funny when you bring up Down syndrome, you can always tell who's never been around it in their lives. You know what I mean? Like if I tell people, if I'm like, yeah, I have family members with Down syndrome, people that have never been around it are always like, oh. Like Down syndrome is the end of the world. Oh. Are they okay? Are they doing okay? It's like, they're doing better than everybody I know. They're the only dudes I know having a good time pretty consistently. Sorry they're not on Adderall and anti-anxiety like the rest of us. They're on Capri Suns. Having a good time. Dude, my Uncle Danny sneaks grilled cheese sandwiches into restaurants just in case they don't serve grilled cheese sandwiches. You know where he's getting these things. It's the best. It's the best. You'll be out to dinner with him, you look across the table, you see him sneaking a grilled cheese. Yo, where'd you get that cheese, Danny? His dad's with him, he's like, that he's been making him at night. I know he is. I'm not making him at night, Dad.
Oh, no. Oh.
And he'll look at you and be like, I'm making him at night.
Shane Gillis right there.
Shane Gillis, he can pull it off.
He's the only one who can probably get away with that bit.
Well, that's like, remember the Special Olympics guy was one of the funniest things I've ever heard. We're both ashamed of ourselves for laughing the whole time, too.
That was him.
Oh, yeah, that was right. That's right. And he remember the first time he said, don't ever say that out loud again, that idea.
That show, Tires, is funny on Netflix.
I've got to get that stuff. Anyway, boys, happy America, right? That's all I can say. Beautiful.
What?
Still light out, and what a great country.
Happy America.
Anyway, God bless America. All right, Christine, sing me home, baby. I got to go. You're killing me. Look out, Herb. Stand by. There we go.
The Kimmer Show is live on your ride home on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta on Dickey Broadcasting Station, Extra 106.3.
New Details in a deadly shooting. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. It happened yesterday at a Rhode Island ice rink during a high school hockey game.
Governor Dan McKee called it a tragedy Rhode Islanders can't imagine.
Virtually a complete family shot and several killed.
Chief Tina Gonsalves said Robert Dorgan fatally shot his ex-wife Rhonda Dorgan and adult son Aiden Dorgan. The ex-wife's parents and a family friend were critically wounded. The chief said they were all there to see one of Dorgan's sons play hockey.
And there was no expectations or any indication that there was going to be any type of violence.
Bystanders surrounded Robert Dorgan after the shooting, but he pulled out a second gun and took his own life. Chief Gonsalves says a motive is still being investigated.
Fox's Grinnell Scott police